All right, welcome back to Shard Hunter Session 75, our homebrew Pathfinder 2E campaign. All right, we're gonna jump right into it today. Hatala, you got the recap?
Yeah.
I didn't even ask, so throwing it to you.
Last week, we were trying to find a particular person, and his name was, or is, Reuben Lufkin. He is missing, but he is somebody who is over a academy that we have arrived to, but he is missing, and many of the students are missing, and many of the other people are missing. And as we have talked and discussed and began to investigate, we found that many people are having dreams, and those dreams, there is a woman in them, and one person particularly had a chair that was chasing him. We are unsure exactly how all that is related and how it works, but people are disappearing. We did begin to found that this guy had a friend mage, and we went to go find this person to go speak to them. When we got there and we found a secret door, we found a dead body inside that room, and that is kind of where we stopped because Eve then said, I can get us access to ask 3 questions of this dead body.
I forgot. We were supposed to
Thank you.
come up with questions, weren't we?
Yeah, I asked.
And we didn't do it.
When did you ask?
Like
Earlier in the week.
So what do we want to know?
Y'all are staring at the dead body, and Eve has just made her offer. What do you do?
We discuss what questions we want to ask. All right. All right. So, do we want to know who he? Well, we're assuming it is the mage. Did we?
We could assume that it's a mage. We could ask. I don't know if asking if they know who killed them is going to work because they may not know. So we may be able to ask if they know about the disappearances because they may. I mean, just be direct. We may be able to ask directly about Lufkin.
I apologize. All right. All right. So we need to ask questions. Do we want to know who kills him? Do we want to know his name? Do we want to know if he knows where the person is that we're looking for? Do we want to ask if he knows what's going on with the dreams?
We need to just ask, what do you know of your death? And that more open-ended question, see if they'll give us more information.
Okay.
Because if we just ask, who killed you?
That's
Yes.
decent. It's
All right, so we've got, what do you know of your death? Do we want to ask some kind of question about what do you know of the nightmares that are abducting people? Or making people go crazy? Our questions may need to evolve as we get answers from him, too. Okay. Yeah. All right, we could also be something along the lines of, the families that have the teenagers that are going crazy and killing their family members or something like that. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. But, cool. You got it, Eve.
Are we sure we know what we want to ask yet?
Question 1. What do you know about your death?
What is your name?
What is your favorite color?
Okay, what do you know about your death? Alright.
We have some other general ideas we were going to throw out there.
But I think we should not, set the stone until we hear the response to the first question.
Okay.
I think we should ask what they were doing before they died.
Eating a
that's-
sandwich.
Yeah.
Did you just what?
I think we also need to ask the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
42 is all you're going to get.
Maybe he has a different answer.
Yeah, maybe it's 43.
What'd I do? And apparently, it is not in my selected for today, so it won't let me cast.
What?
But you totally selected it yesterday, right?
Well, I haven't selected any of these. They're just on here, so I don't really know.
We could just have you bed down next to a dead body and take a like an 8-hour nap,
Yeah, take
and
a
then
quick
we'd be
nap.
ready to go.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Sounds good.
Yes,
Yep.
I would do that.
Allow you to spend 15 minutes and recalibrate the spells you have as long as you haven't cast any for the day yet, which you haven't.
Yep.
Since your spells are by prayer, it's a different task than by a wizard or anyone else. You can't do it in the heat of combat, but now that you got time, you can sit there and refocus, because for you, it's through prayer.
I still can't cast it, so that'll be on you.
Uh,
You can figure that one out. I don't know how to use that, apparently.
We get to reset her skill points.
What do you mean?
Like, it's on the level 4
Yeah, but
preparation
you
for
have to
list.
unprepare for one of your other spells first.
Oh, just delete it. Got it.
See what the trash can says? Unprepare. There you go.
Yeah. All right, we did it.
hey,
Okay.
There's a district going green over here. That's cool. Green
So you
district.
cast the spell, and the corpse coughs a couple times. What do you do?
My first question is, what do you know about your death?
My death? It was strange. My father, he broke in. I hid in my room, and he figured out where the hidden room was, and he broke down the door. I've never seen him so strong. And then he beat me to death.
Okay, so now we
Guys,
He was likely suffering from the same thing that the other people were.
it's not just teenagers. Uh, Anything about dreams that we want to ask him?
We can just ask if he knows about the disappearances,
should ask if he has ever had a dream.
or ask about Lufkin. That's our main goal.
That's a good one. I like it. Do you know where Ruben is, or was going?
Do you know where Ruben Lufkin is?
No.
Maybe that would be the wrong thing to say.
Try questions that
Or open?
don't have a yes or no question.
Well, yeah, well, we
Open-ended questions. That's what we need, so they can get to talking.
Well, open-ended questions can screw you up too.
True, but a yes or no is definitely
We
always guaranteed.
we weren't going for a yes or no.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do we want to ask?
Do we want to
We may
try
have
something
lots.
along the lines of the nightmares of some sort?
Just ask them if there are any secrets they want to share since they're now dead.
The what? You still have a little bit of clipping with your sensitivity.
Sorry. I was saying we should ask them if there are any secrets they'd like to share now that they're dead.
Like, where do they
So that,
keep all their platinum?
well, more along the lines of like, are there anything we could do to like close the loop on anything that may be going on that they know of?
Is there anything that you were trying to find out and trying to solve that we could help with? What do you think? That could be a no too, by the way.
Yeah.
Even an open-ended question can be a no.
True. However, usually open-ended questions.
If you figure out how to ask it, say it. Because right now, I'm not there, buddy. Everyone I can think of turns into a. You could say something very simple and get an answer. This is.
So our goal right now is to find the missing academy students, find out what's going on with the nightmares, find Reuben Lufkin. We got nothing on the Reuben Lufkin front from this guy, at least not his location where he is. Um, do you, this he was a mage, right? We did determine that was this guy.
We think it's that guy.
Okay.
He's wearing the clothes of a mage.
Yep.
Either that or pajamas, your choice.
We could try to figure out where his father lives and go to that place. Or we could try to figure out some other mage. We could try to ask him, does he know of any other mages that might have any dealings with nightmares or dream manipulations? Or
You could say no to that.
I mean, we got to ask a question.
I know. I'm just gonna point out every time that he can say
What
no
else? What else do we?
Where are? Okay,
I mean,
here's the
this isn't
question
gonna
that-
stop our our
Yeah, this
mystery.
is-
So we have other places we can go, right? What other places can we go? We already talked to the constables and the prison.
We can talk to his wife.
That's back up at the monastery. So, mage. We could try to figure out another mage to talk to.
Where are the other mages that
And
he
they've also
worked
talked
with?
about trying to find some of the houses that had been missing people.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we can ask the constable that question. I'd say let's try to ask him if he knows of a mage that deals with dreams or nightmares.
I mean, don't you think anybody can answer that question? This is a dead guy. It's
Okay.
something only this guy could know.
Okay.
I think Payton's question, like at this point, I don't give a crap about any of the information we can get out of him that has to do with this particular thing because we're not getting anything. But
Yeah.
let's
What are the
see
se-
if
what
there's
are the
anything.
secrets?
If there's anything that this guy has that we could take care of for him.
Also,
So-
think of it this way. Odds are he wasn't killed randomly. So he did something that got someone after him.
There is absolutely no way we could have figured that out without you saying that. FYI. His
Could you-
dad
So
killed.
going off of what Needham says is, what are the things that kept secret that caused, you don't ask him as a yes or no. It's like, what are the things that caused you to become dead?
We could ask
What are
him
your
what his
secrets,
recent investigations were into.
We have to almost assume that he has secrets. We have to assume things that he had and ask, like, it's if we know more information than what we give off instead of yes or no. So that way it opens up to where, well, I didn't really have any secrets, and causes a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going, did you have, or something like that, say, what were the secrets, or what was the problem? That way it opens it up to where they have to speak. So whatever we want to ask, say, what is this problem, or what were your secrets? What got you killed is things that we need to open up instead of did you, or how you, or.
What were you investigating or working on? Something like that.
Yeah, that way you can't say no to that question because that doesn't answer the question at all. Period.
Let's do that. What were you recently working on or investigating? And it may be several things. We may have to figure it out, but
I could say nothing.
I like that question. That's good.
or we could just work on coming up with a question for the next 3 hours.
I'm gonna say something. We're just moving past this.
Yeah, I'm done.
What research were you working on before you died?
I was researching several different things. Mostly I was researching how someone could have gotten in and out of the school without being noticed. But then my research changed into how someone could use spells to get into someone's dreams and into someone's head.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, but no answers.
We just go to his house, look at what he was researching.
I would assume that he would have information on it.
Information firsthand.
As any good mage would have exact detailed written notes on what he was doing.
And the corpse settles back down to the state of death.
In a previous life, I feel like I would know this.
Okay, I would like to look around for notes or something that he may have been journaling or something that could lead in the way of that investigation he just talked about.
Okay. Make perception checks. Anyone wanting to search? Not needed.
Still hitting those twos.
Narakar. But Winky and Eve. Winky, you find a scrap of a book. It is the outer binding and one or two pages that were ripped badly, and then the ripping was kind of impressive because it ripped straight through true leather-bound book. So something with great force ripped it out of somebody. Like, basically he was holding it and it was ripped out of his hands so hard that it tore the binding of the book. And then Eve, you find some notes that have a good amount of blood directly on the notes. So your guess is he may have been working on those notes when he was killed. You wait. Yeah. Stop that.
Core. I found these
Oh,
notes.
let's read through them. Let's see what he was talking about. They're all written in common.
Yes, the topmost note is badly damaged because of all the blood. You would need to use a mending spell or some other process to get that legible again.
I can't do that. Anybody have mending or unbloodify?
Bloodify.
There you go.
All right. You cast mending, and after cleaning up the blood, and it manages to return the print to a legible state, as much as this mage's writing was legible. Imagine doctor's writing, but magic. All right. The topmost page of the notes seems to be discussing creatures and spells that can affect the mind and the dream. And in the margins are notes talking about loved ones and memories, and basically your gist from looking through the note is he was searching into something about someone using memories or fantasies to strike at someone in their own mind.
Nothing about
That's the first page.
chair fantasies. Okay, maybe something about the chair on the next page.
Second page is discussing the disappearances at the school and brief notes on each of the people that disappeared and some of the other people, talking about disappearances, abilities, unknown quantities that he don't quite understand, and then how a lot of people are having trouble sleeping. And it seems to be the bottom of that note seems to hint on to where the next note went, about going in the avenue of looking at the dreams.
Okay.
And then the final page of the notes is a sketch of a woman. You notice the sketch because the sketch has if anyone has ever done art, you know how they do an oval and then they put in, it's like someone made up a face.
Hmm.
And it's the face of a beautiful woman. Lay down. Hold on 1 second. Millie, lay down. You're going to go back in your kennel. She's not supposed to be up. You got 20 minutes till dinner time.
You
She
tell her.
starts counting down.
You tell her. You tell her who's boss.
Alright. I've relayed all that to everyone.
And then
When
Winky found the scrap of a book with some scrap pages.
I'm gonna give it to Core.
I'm not the only one that can read, but I'll take it and read it.
The book, you recognize the binding. It is a commonly bought, high-quality journal that someone would have for keeping their own life's stuff in. So it looks like he had a private journal.
I have to go towards the end and kind of see what the last couple entries were about.
Well, it's just scraps of paper.
Oh, you didn't actually write anything? Does it look like paper's been ripped out of
No.
it?
No, it got torn. The binding got torn, so the paper's just kind of.
Yeah, the book got torn so hard out of his hand
So we have
that it
nothing but
ripped a
the
section
binding.
of the binding and some of the papers.
We have the last 3 pages, and that's it.
You look through the pieces of paper, and you can find 1 or 2 more doodles of the same female, and then pieces of letters, but not enough for you to actually make out what the letters say.
Hmm.
But basically, some of the letters are, as much as you can see, it seems to be he journaled about every day of his life.
Okay. Does it seem like I'm picking up that he was maybe dreaming about her, so that's why he was writing, investigating the dreams, or that he was doing stuff and got infected himself?
Eve, you notice that there are 3 paintings on the wall of this woman. The same woman that was on the paper that you handed to Core.
Does one of them have hands over their eyes, one over their ears, one over its mouth?
No. But based on the look at the paintings, they're kind of old.
So
Not old, but they're not like new things he's done.
Yeah. So he's known this woman or made her up for a while. I will point that out to the group.
Notice anything around the room that looks like somebody might have been performing a ritual in here?
You do not see any signs of ritualistic activity. You do see one section of the room devoted to painting and paint supplies. If you look at that, you notice that there is a painting on the easel, but it is turned backwards.
Turn it around. Turn it around.
No, don't turn it
Only
around. Look at
Hatala
it from
noticed-
the other side. Don't turn it around yet.
Only who does what?
Only
They
Hatala
all-
noticed.
Turn it around.
Okay. You noticed it looked like he was in the process of making another painting of that woman in the images and the other paintings you see in the room, but there are dark red splotches of paint that he has splashed across it, and it looks like the eyes, as he was painting them, turned evil. Like he subconsciously painted it and didn't like it, so he turned it around.
Is there if I look through the art supplies here, does anything look like it did in Bastool?
No, you do not. Everything from the looks of it is cheaply bought art supplies.
So no flecks of black or
There's
anything
no
in it.
fancy anything or old anything in his supplies. In fact, a lot of it's the kind of stuff that you would give to a kid who is learning to paint.
Well, last time we dealt with a kid that was painting stuff. It was
Yeah, it
pretty.
was
Yes,
enough to
they were
make the
using the
crazy stuff
ancient
happen.
magical device.
That's what I'm looking for.
And no, there was not one here. Millie, come lay down. Now.
Hmm.
If I look really closely at the painting, does it turn into a river of ooze?
No, it is
Okay.
not Vigo.
I was just checking.
Vigo.
Although she may be Carpathian, you don't know.
Hmm.
At this point, you've probably exhausted just about anything you can do in here in his little private room.
Yeah, let's look
I'm
around the
almost,
main shop area.
I'm almost worried that that guy was, even though nothing seemed like he was doing it, it almost seems like he was doing it.
Well, I wonder because the paintings changed from.
Should have asked what
Couldn't hear that, bud.
his secrets were.
What I went with. That's what I wanted. Secrets. But we should talk to his dad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Go interrogate Pop Pop.
How are you going to find his dad?
His address is written in the underwear, the band of underwear.
People know this mage. They're gonna know his dad. So we just got to find somebody around here that knows this mage and ask him where his dad lives.
How we hope.
Smells like his dad.
You going to start with a neighbor or something?
Yeah. Sure.
Midnight. Smell his clothing. Let's go find his dad.
Not to mention, dinosaurs aren't exactly known for being bloodhounds.
Yeah, but they have a.
Neither chickens.
But they do have an excellent sense of smell.
They're known for being
They're
dead.
visual more than smell.
If they had an excellent sense of smell, they would have smelled the media.
Anyways, so you go next door?
Yeah.
All right. And you see a shop.
Shop.
Is that open?
There's a sign that says open.
Go inside and start banging my front counter.
Banging your what?
There's no front counter. It's a lady sitting at a table.
Is this the
She
tailor
has
shop?
everything set up as a fortune teller.
Can I attempt to snatch her crystal ball off and hold it as collateral to interrogate her?
I was gonna say,
Not the way the table's set up. You'd have to run around the table to get to her.
a car. You're good with a Colt. Why don't you take this one?
Fine.
Absolutely.
You get 3 questions.
1.
As y'all all come in, she's like, "Wow, a lot of people all at once. What can I help you with? I don't have group rates."
We're on a quest.
Yes.
You know about the missing children from the academy, correct?
I've heard of it, rumors of it.
Oh no, we lost an adept. We have an adept. Well, we are trying to find said children, and we were hoping that you might be able to assist us in this.
I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of fortune teller. I can't tell you where the recently deceased are.
Yeah, I can.
What kind of fortune teller are you exactly? You might still be able to help us.
Mostly the party trick kind, where I read your lifelines and tell you how many kids you're gonna have, and basically tell the stupid farmers everything they want to hear so that they can pay me some money.
All right then.
Wow, you just kind of completely opened up to us real quick there. I was
She's
assuming.
staring at all the weapons that everyone's carrying.
Mhm.
6 fully armed people just barged into her house talking about dead children.
And Mo's wearing completely normal clothes with no weapons.
That's why I'm the one talking.
We need to know about the father, if she knows where.
What was the name of the deceased? I forgot. I'm asking.
We don't know his name.
Mage
You don't know his name?
McMage face.
We recently found a dead mage, and we are currently trying to find his father.
A dead mage in an area filled with mages. How could you be more vague?
Well, I mean, you know all the live ones, wouldn't you
Yeah, how
know?
would she know that this guy's dead? We found the body in a
Just say
secret
the
room.
mage next
So why
door.
did we come in
Hey.
here exactly?
Hey,
Hey,
excuse
Teresa.
me.
Point to the place that we just were and say that guy's
Do you
dead.
do you know where your
They should have
neighbor's
asked his name.
family lives?
My neighbor?
Yeah, right next door.
He doesn't have any family.
He had to have some kind of. I mean, someone
No,
birthed him.
his father went crazy about
Oh.
10 winters ago and killed his mom and his sister, and he's been an orphan since then.
Oh, where did they used to live?
One of the towns further north.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, I just want to let you know that your neighbor's dead. By the way, I don't know the
What?
process. I don't know the process of how y'all deal with that kind of stuff, but yeah, your neighbor.
Did you kill him?
Oh no! He was dead when we found him.
Okay.
That definitely does not
Have you
sound
gotten the
good.
sheriff yet?
That was gonna be our next stop. We were actually gonna see if you knew that he was dead first.
I can't believe Orthus is gone.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you don't want to be, you know, pinned for this death, you know, any information would be great. Is when we go talk to the sheriff or the.
Really?
I told you, I don't know anything about him much. He kind of was quiet and kept to himself. One of those weird, not talkative types.
He's a mage. Yeah, that
Did
happens.
did he have any kind of trinket that he played with or anything he kept?
No.
Nothing he
He was
talked.
actually one of the more normal mages I've ever dealt with.
Please
Again, quiet and didn't really get along with people well.
What was his name?
Orthus?
Orthus.
Did he ever talk
Oh.
about a girl he liked?
I heard orifice.
No, he's never talked about any girls. I'd be surprised if he ever had the ability to speak to any of them. He could barely speak to me. And I'm the age of his mom.
Well, his mom did die probably when he was really young. Now that you told
Yeah.
us that story, so yeah, he probably is not comfortable with anybody particularly. Well, of course not now because he's definitely dead. So yeah, I hope he found some peace.
Had any interesting dreams?
Did he ever come talk to you about his fortune?
No, he knew what kind of fortunes I gave. He did occasionally speak to other mages around here, especially in the last week. He was doing a lot more research.
Oh, do you know anyone in particular he may have talked to or seen anybody visiting?
He might have been talking to Old Man Bernie.
Do you know where he's at?
Probably in the bottom of a bottle right now.
Outstanding. Nadep will work on that.
I can find the bottom of the bottle too.
Millie, if you don't lay down, you're going back in your kennel.
Somebody's in trouble.
Get over there. Now. Lay down. Get in your bed. I'm going to give you your food when it's time. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, look, she's in the camera.
Yeah. She's like,
You're like, "Whoop, whoop, whoop."
give me my food when it's time, but it's time right now.
You calm down. You still have 5 minutes left.
She must have been counting in dog years.
When the food is ready, I will hand it to you. No. Lay down. I had to keep my hand on her because she's just like, I want the food now.
Mm-hmm. She
So,
knows
what do you
it's
do now?
supposed to time.
I guess we'll go find the dad.
The dad that's supposedly been dead for years and years and years.
Whoever's in the bottle, maybe I
Old
misunderstood that.
old man Bernie is at the bottom of a bottle somewhere.
Does he wear?
Well,
That's not his
Hey,
dad, by the way.
hey, what does Bernie look like? Just so we know who we're looking for.
Can it
He,
cannot?
he is a wrinkled old gnome.
Mm.
So Bernie Sanders.
He's got to be sitting in a chair with his legs crossed somewhere.
Thank you.
Maybe a
Did
park
this-
bench.
You can find him underneath a barrel, literally.
Did Orthus work with any of the priests?
No. He didn't care much for their kind. Something about only the true magic comes from wizards and blah, 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 blah. Of course, he had even less of an opinion of warlocks and sorcerers and things like that.
Right. You know where a good place to start looking for Bernie might be? Is there a local tavern?
There's a tavern at the end of Mage Town that is frequented by a lot of the mages. I don't think he's been banned from that one yet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We're going to pause right here because I have to feed the puppy now. And she will not
Alright.
stop whining until said feeding is done.
We'll take a
Puppy
quick break, folks.
pause. Puppy pause. We're going to turn this to a chat area. So,
I'll
if
be
y'all have
back.
any questions, do y'all have any suggestions on where we need to go and what we need to ask? That would be fantastic. Because right now we're drawing straws, man. We're currently trying to find information about the missing children.
Sit down.
So we've talked to a few people. We talked to a dead guy, thanks to Eve. Say
Yeah.
hi, Eve.
Hi.
If y'all have any suggestions, we might actually use them because we're currently in a loss right now, trying to find information on this. Crickets. Hey, a Dragon Pixels popped in. What's up, Dragon Pixels? Say hey.
So oh. Like my face is gonna explode. Gotta love pollen. So
Oh yeah, gotta love it. Hey, Dragon Pixel said, "Yo, yo, yo." Do you have any
Greetings.
ideas of who we need to ask about information about these missing kids?
No, you're not going anywhere else.
local law enforcement.
We
Where
talked.
where are the kids, Dragon Pixels? Where'd you take the children? I know it was you.
Lay down now.
Don't interrogate chat.
No, it's got to be him. I swear, it's got to be him.
Stop standing up.
Oh, wait, no, I don't have a basement. I'm a nomad.
I don't know. He may be onto something.
And they might be in somebody's basement for real. Not my basement.
Some kind of underground fighting ring, like children.
The Children of Death Olympics.
The unfortunate foster children. The UFC.
Mm,
I'll be right back. I'll take the puppy out.
No, 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 no. That's terrible. That's a good joke, though. We have too many. Perfect.
Another D&D group that does this kind of stuff.
It's not an octagon, it's a decagon. Yeah. You gotta make it a little different. Actually, it'd probably be even more different if they fought in a dodecahedron. That'd be challenging. Constantly rotating.
Gentlemen, tonight in the dodecahedron we have.
Buddy, you're welcome to come in here.
Yes, Nedep's audio is definitely cracking. Are
All
you
right.
talking about him personally or everybody, Dragon?
All right, I am back.
I am currently out in the middle of nowhere. I have 5 up, 0.3 down, or flip that. I don't know. Real crap internet.
So you got to watch out for Courage running by. Courage, the cowardly dog. All right. So, you've just finished talking with the fortune teller. What do y'all do now?
I don't know, guys. I think we're at a loss right now. We probably should go talk to what was the warden, or not the warden, but the
Constable?
constable. Yeah, there you go.
You don't need to stop by the.
Yeah, something like that. I was like,
You would either have to pass the tavern or pass through the alleyways to get to the constable.
We need to report the body at least before we.
I think I know what killed him. Whatever we're trying to fight, because it uses memories or desires, and it just used the memory of his father and killed him. Since we found out that his father isn't
What if?
alive.
What
Unless he
if?
came back from the dead.
so it kills you by your desires.
What if his
the boy that saw
father?
the chair? Does that boy really want that chair?
It's memories
Memories.
and desires.
Oh, yeah, true.
What if his father never died, but whatever happened, whatever this woman came from, years and years back. It's just been attached to this mage for so long, and maybe that's the cause of the mom dying, and he thought the father was dead, but maybe the father finally found him and beat him up and killed him because he killed his mom or something like that.
Interesting theory, very possible,
Mhm.
hard to prove.
Do you want to stop at the tavern or go straight to the constables?
I vote we
Or look for
inform
a
people of
wandering
dead
constable?
people.
Because there are guards wandering the town.
Let's find a roaming guardsman, maybe around the tavern area.
Make perception checks. Anyone alone looks for a guardsman.
We just start screaming, "Oh, someone has died in this room!"
And it wasn't us that killed him.
It wasn't a 2 this time. Wasn't
I
much
need-
better.
I was watching all the rolls come in, and I saw a 65. I'm like, who rolled a 65?
Hatala, you notice that there is a guardsman who has just walked around the corner and is heading your way.
I'm gonna go to him or her.
It's
So
him.
guardsman. Okay.
Him.
I'd like to report a crime.
Okay, what is it now?
The
What made
mage
you
up.
show your things?
No. We found a dead mage in a secret room. His name is
Jimmy.
Orthus.
Orthus.
Orth,
We let his neighbor know, and she told us his name.
is that the quiet one?
From what we understand, we're trying to
Never had a
investigate.
problem with him. He's one of our favorite ones.
He
Never
was
had
dead.
to arrest him.
Well, now he's least favorite because he's gone.
Great. I'll go get the constable. They might have questions for you. Don't go too far.
We'll be somewhere over near
we
this
were
bar over
we,
here, this tavern.
yeah, we were
Okay,
also
no
trying to
problem.
head to this tavern. We'll be there because we need to get more information.
No problem. And he's running off.
I suppose I start heading to the tavern.
All right. You get to the tavern, and right before you get into the door, you hear a bunch of chanting.
I'm going to stop in my footsteps and be like, I'm not okay with chanting. Makes me feel awkward.
Does it sound like a drinking song?
You suddenly realize they're shouting a name.
Ooh, what's the name?
Oh,
Trogdor, Trogdor, Trogdor.
It's hard to tell with so many drunken people saying it slurrily and different timing.
It's probably Bernie. Bernie. I'd like to look in to see if there's an old gnome everyone's surrounding. Chugging beers.
No, but there's a young golden-haired lad who has got the gnome pinned on the ground and is pouring beers on his head one at a time.
Okay.
wait, on his head?
I'd like to
Yep, he's got 6 beers lined up and he's already emptied 3 on his head.
No, you got to tell him that that's not how you do it.
I mean,
is there the sense of that
He's
he's
pouring
picking
it on
on
his
him,
head
that
and not in his
it's a
mouth.
fight, that this is a drinking game? What's the sense of the atmosphere here?
You look around and the bartender is just holding a mop waiting. The serving people are laughing, and most of the people in the crowd are cheering him on.
Okay.
but the guy that has the beer poured on him, looking in duress.
He looks like he's uncomfortable being held down, but he's sitting there trying to lap up the beer as it pours on his head.
Okay.
As you watch, he finishes pouring all the beers on him, and then everyone's like, woo, woo, and Bernie's like, not how I wanted it, and he starts licking the floor.
I'll walk up to Bernie. Bernie, hey.
Poor guy. They're making fun of
We'll
him.
go get you a drink out. I just need to talk to you for a minute.
He instantly snaps at attention, looks at you, looks at your gear. He tells to the barkeep, the good one this time, sir.
We'll take it outside where it's a little bit quieter. We'll be right out the front door.
He waits. He's standing like a rock waiting for the bartender.
All right.
The bartender looks at you like, what?
I'll take a beer. Take one L.
And the bartender's like, okay, and Bernie's just like shaking his head, no.
Okay, then I'll drink it. None for you, Bernie, unless you'd like to talk.
The bartender goes, he ain't gonna talk to you unless you buy him what he wants.
Okay.
I need 2 of what he wants. 1 for me, 1 for him.
The bartender's like, all right. And Bernie just gets a gleam in his eyes.
I'm gonna lean over to Nadette and go, I'm currently scared based off the bartender's reaction. I don't know what's in this.
He comes back with the most fruity looking concoction you've ever seen in your life. But you can tell when he was mixing it, he put enough hard liquor in there probably to make the dwarf unhappy.
Unhappy.
All right, here we go.
Basically, it's high-grade rot gut filled with fruit.
Now, before we lose you, Bernie, I'd like to ask you, do you know what happened?
He's just following you, following those glasses like he's a puppy.
You helping Orthus out with anything recently?
Oh, Lorthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you guys?
No one knows dreams like I do.
It was what now? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
No one knows dreams like I do.
Oh. What do you know about dreams? What was he asking you?
Well, I seem to be a little parched.
Well, are you gonna get smashed to the
He's
point that we
probably
can't ask you questions?
Somebody give me a
He's
small
not
cup.
even stirring.
Do you want me to?
Somebody give me a small cup.
Car, I don't think you have to drink that. Just hold on to it for a
No,
sec.
a
Oh no
card
no no no
does.
no! I'm gonna give him the small cup after I pour a little bit in this. Like, hey, here's your parchness. We need more information. A little bit at a time.
Oh, you're
I'm
gonna
not,
ration.
I'm not giving him the whole thing. He's gonna down it. Do you not just hear him yelling his name, Bernie? A little bit at a time. We don't want him smashed too soon.
You can find a small cup and pour him a bit.
Yeah, I pour him half of the cup and say, okay.
He downs it real quick. Yep. Expert on dreams. What you need to know about dreams.
Mainly, I mean, what was it Orthus was asking you? What kind? Did he know of a lady in your dreams? Did he know of some dreams that were stealing memories? Or?
He was mostly asking about, is it possible to read someone's mind and take a figment of your imagination and use it against someone in a dream? And of course, it is possible with the right combination of spells or creature abilities.
Mhm.
But the best resistance of someone invading your mind is always being slashed. They can't get in then.
Is that why you stay sloshed, or you just enjoy this?
I have enough memories I don't ever want to have again.
Hmm.
I keep
So,
hoping one day the whole brain will just stop working, but it doesn't seem to be affecting me none.
so Bernie, what are you running from?
Usually my debt.
And
That's. I don't think that's gonna help us. What? Can dreams manifest like something come out of your dream, or can a dream like capture you and take over you?
He looks at your empty cup.
I pour him another half cup.
He downs it. Well, dreams manifesting is a lot harder thing. You have to find a place where the veil's broken for that to happen. But generally, no. Most magic users don't have the ability to do such a thing. Now, there are creatures who are able to go in and out of one's dreams and into the dream realm and into your own mind and things like that, but they don't take anything out of it, but they learn what it is and can use it.
What kind of creature can?
Usually creatures like that have the ability to take shapes.
Oh, what kind of creatures are those?
Well, about 6 or 7 dozen that I can think of. I don't know. The number of creatures that can take shape and go into dreams, that's a pretty high number.
Hmm. Do you know of any that would
No more.
be that would kind of take your dreams and be vindictive and maybe be responsible for deaths and murders and disappearances?
A lot of them. Dream eaters, nightmares, walking dreams. Just many of the ethereal creatures can do that because the ethereal realm is pretty close to the dream realm, and inside of our minds, it's just a lot of weird, crazy, powerful things that a lot of them creatures love to crave.
Do you?
Then you got the more mundane ones that like to chomp on your bones and stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, you got the whole tale of the winter hags here.
Oh yeah, what's that?
But in winter, it has been known that small hamlets have gone quiet. And in springtime, when everything thaws and people come looking around, the whole village is gone.
Would she be one of the
Only thing
ones?
found is a set of tracks going off into the cold snow. But they ain't human tracks.
Maybe tale of people going crazy or insane?
I'm not much on monsters or insanity.
Hmm.
I just know magic.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes that crosses over with the monstrosities. And a lot of the insanity. But, you can try to not do that.
Well, Bernie, let's talk. You know, pour 'em just a little bit more. We still got another drink to go here. You know, we might offer you this second drink. I don't think that little half elf can handle this drink. Um,
I doubt it.
Are you trying to make me drink this?
Can you handle
Are
it?
you
Wouldn't
challenge?
recommend it,
Are you
Dad.
challenging me? Are you challenging me?
You drink it all in 10
Children
seconds?
That was
can drink it.
this.
Will you be able
What?
to wake up correctly in the morning?
Look, if the half elf
No, I probably won't wake up
if the half
for
elf
two
can drink
days.
it, I'll buy you another one. Looks like the half elf has lost
What
his
do you say to
courage.
that, Bernie?
What? You're gonna let him drink it and then just buy me another one?
Yeah.
I
Sounds
was
fine with
think
me. I love drink.
Okay. Bernie,
I
what?
want to pull Cora off to the side. It's like I was planning on giving this to him after we finish as a tip. Like, thanks for your information. I didn't really want to drink it.
You're kind of
I
in it
saw the
now.
bartender. I saw the bartender's eyes.
Well,
I'm
it's a
scared.
little late for you.
As long as y'all don't leave me here on the floor, I'm okay.
We'll dump you out in the alley.
Okay.
Um, it's all up to you what you want to do. Bernie, listen.
But you remember, lad, if you're gonna drink it, you got to drink it quick, because if it touches the tongue for too long, you can't keep it down.
Eve,
Got it.
Eve, he
Thanks.
may be in trouble.
Can somebody
Well,
up my Hey, can somebody please up my constitution real quick? Get some Give me poison resistance, please.
All right.
Is
Drink it?
is a car like hesitant?
I think he said, "Are you hesitating, Okar?"
No, I'm talking to my friends right quick. Yes, I guess I would be hesitating if I'm talking.
Snatch it out of your hand and down it.
But the deal was if I drank it.
I don't care. I'll buy another one.
You make an unarmed attack versus his reflexes.
All right. One more time. I mean, unarmed attack.
Yes, you unarmed him reflexes. Best roll wins.
We got a 6 for a 24 total.
Wary disarmament versus traps. No. All right.
7 for a total of 26. A car comes out on top. Ooh.
Okay.
Barely
You
made it.
almost got it, and he manages to pull it back. He only spilled a little bit on himself when he did.
Well, I guess you're gonna drink it then. Kept playing around with it.
Mm-hmm. Bernie, while we wait for a car to
Yes.
summon his courage to get down this liquid courage, and I'm gonna explain what's going on around here. That we're investigating this some
The
disappearances.
disappearances. Yes, it's pretty
Yes,
obvious.
yes. That
Orthus was looking into that too before he switched onto the whole dreams thing.
yeah. So Orthus, we just came from his place. Um, he's a little bit dead at the moment.
Not surprising considering all the crap.
I believe it was.
You notice he's very somber when he's talking right now.
It seems it was his father that killed him, but it was our understanding that his father was dead for these past
Oh yeah,
decade or so.
yeah, executed.
Executed father. Okay.
I have somebody
Dead
that
in
wants to
front of the
say hey
town.
real quick.
Why was his father?
Hello.
Say hey. Just say hey. They can see you.
Hi.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, what were you saying, Cor?
Uh,
He sits there and goes, "Yep, executed in front of the town.
do you know what he was executed for? Was it concerning his wife?
Oh, murdered the whole family except for Orthus.
Really?
And almost beat him to death, but he survived and testified against him.
Hmm.
All right. And while all this is going on, I've definitely downed the drink quickly.
Make a Constitution check or Fortitude.
Fortitude.
Okay. You manage not to die from drinking it, but you immediately double over, and you are now seeing double, and you have trouble maintaining balance.
I just want to wait.
Fantastic.
I just want to acknowledge the fact that he started off well. You managed not to die. That was the first thing that you said.
This drink has hit you so fast, you've never experienced alcohol of this kind before.
Hey, that you need to get one of these. It's amazing.
Bernie
right.
comes over, slaps him on the back twice, and then says, "Don't worry, he survived. He'll be fine. Just make sure to keep him away from the ladies in case he gets amorous."
Mm.
What did he say? What did
He
he say?
said you're gonna go after the girls if that's your persuasion.
No, never.
The boys then.
I'm a upstanding lieutenant. Wait, am I a lieutenant? Oh Lord. I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Okay.
Be advised.
You guys have anything for old Bernie? I don't.
Did you get that, Mo?
I don't feel quite as sick anymore. I still feel a little dizzy, but I don't feel quite as sick. Thanks, Bertie.
Looks like you got a little bit more life to you, after all.
Well, as soon as Bertie slapped me on my back, I started feeling a lot better. And thanks, appreciate it.
Do we all need to slap you?
I don't know.
Okay,
This is my
folks,
first. Bertie, do they need to slap me too?
line them up.
When Bernie slapped him on his back, did it look like he did any kind of magic or anything?
Make a perception check.
– 19.
You definitely saw he did something. You don't know what he did, but he did something.
Anything that you can tell me about this winter hag, Bernie?
Eh, I mean, it's a legend around here. I'm assuming they're real. People hunt them occasionally, but they don't generally come towards the cities.
Hmm.
Usually it's a problem of those lone villages and farmsteads.
With what you
That's why they're
know,
very wary about winter travelers in the depths of the snow.
yeah, with what you know of Bernie's family and how it went down, he came down from up north. Um, does it line up a little bit with the legends?
No, there's another creature I think that may be more in line, but I'm not the person to ask about that.
Or do you have some other leads for us to track down?
No, I just do magical research for the rest of my life
Hmm.
and drink. Lots of drink.
Do you know who else Orthus was working with in his research?
Uh, he spent some time in the library. Then he spent a lot more time at that school trying to figure out what happened to his buddy.
Interesting. Did did we determine how long ago it had been since they disappeared? Was it like a week or two since um, Ruben had disappeared and the kids had disappeared?
It's basically been about 2 weeks since they
Two
disappeared.
2 weeks, okay. And it looked like not Ruben, but Orthus had been dead for a day,
Maybe 2 or 3.
2 or 3 days. Okay. Did Orthus say that he had a lead on what was going on with the academy and the missing kids?
No, from last time we talked, he wasn't even talking about the academy.
Oh, really? What was he talking
He
about?
was just going on about his dreams.
Just the dream?
That's why he was talking to me.
His dreams specifically?
Hmm.
Hmm.
He started off talking about dreams of others, but then he started talking about his own. Kind of weird.
Did it
Again, about stealing memories and stuff like that.
did it have to do with the lady or his dreams changing? Maybe he had dreams of a lady and then eventually his dream changed.
From what I understand, he's always had a dream of a lady.
Ooh.
Keeps painting the stupid thing. His dream girlfriend.
Mm.
Gotta go fix something. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
No problem. The girl he's always wanted, the one that never existed but got away.
Mm.
Does Bernie have any holy symbols on him?
No.
Did you just say something about somebody who got away?
His dream girl. That never existed. So did she never exist or did she exist and she got away?
No, I don't quite understand everything he said. The boy's a bit of a mumbler.
Mm. Mm.
Very mopey type. Not even with enough alcohol can you pry things from his lips if he's not wanting to talk about it.
Oh, but you guys drank together, right?
He bought me drink. I told him what I could tell him.
So he didn't drink?
He drank a bit. He'd get drunk. I'd carry him home sometimes.
Did he ever reveal anything in those times?
Nope. Tight-lipped even when drunk. Saddest thing in the world. Can't relax when I'm totally blasted.
Was it, did you say stealing dreams and altering memories? Is that what you said?
No. Stealing memories and altering dreams.
Oh, okay.
They would utilize them and go into the dreams or in a state to attack them with those.
Yeah, basically he was talking about, at first it was a lot about talking about temptation in dreams. And then it turned into horror in dreams.
Hmm. Do you think these kids at the academy may have stumbled into some kind of nightmare creature or something?
Possible?
Or maybe they slipped into some ethereal realm.
Not a one of them had any magical talent amongst them.
Mm. Okay.
I think winter hag, that winter thing is picking up because of all the cold that's been occurring. I don't know how that works. I just
Yeah.
hear the term winter and it has bells go off.
Yeah, for me it was the fact that a hag and they tend to like to change their appearance. Who knows what kind of stuff they could do.
Yeah, your best bet would be to talk to a monster hunter or someone with, much more lore.
Okay.
But you notice that all the drink bottles are now empty, including the one you went and got to them where you weren't even thinking about doing it, but you had said you were going to do it, so you went and did it, and he's already drank that too, and he's like, but I'm done with here, and you're out of alcohol unless you want to buy me some more, but you don't really have any reason to, so he just wanders away.
Right.
And when he wanders off, you don't know why, but you get this authoritative feeling that the conversation is done.
Yeah. Well,
Town got a witcher.
we can ask around the. I'd like to just ask around the tavern just to see if there's anybody that has any leads on monster hunters or anything like that.
And you go up there, like, well, the biggest expert was that Lufkin fellow at the academy.
He bought pot chickens.
He was the resident monster expert. But there is a couple of other taverns in the main part of town that do cater to that type.
Okay, give us some directions.
They name one of the bars that you could go to.
All right. Thank you. Is this where you guys would like to go next, or do you have some other plans?
Wait, did we buy Bernie another drink?
Dude, Bernie drank all the drinks and he's gone.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure that we follow through with our deal.
We
Oh,
did without even thinking about it.
all right.
How
I
far
can.
away is the monastery?
The monastery is about a 2 hour walk.
Really want to talk to his wife.
How long would it take? So we've got what, half a day left?
Yep, y'all ended up spending about 30 minutes talking with Bernie. It's lunchtime now.
So we can make it up to the monastery if we wanted to. How long do you think it would take us to get all the way to this other tavern?
It should only take you about 15, 20 minutes to get to the tavern, and y'all had wanted to go to the constable to talk about the missing people still.
Okay. Let's do the monster hunter and then the constable and then head out of town. Hopefully that won't take more than an hour or so.
Okay. You make it to the tavern, and it's nearing the end of the lunch rush, so everyone's happy and eating food, and you see in a back table there are 3 guys wearing lots of armor, and they have weapons on their backs and trinkets that are from monsters. Very blatantly monster hunters.
I'd like to walk up to him. Oh, good afternoon, chaps. See,
Greetings.
I like your weapons.
You ain't got bad weapons yourself.
Thank you. Hey, I'm working on a bit of a mystery. I was wondering if you could help me out. I got some questions on.
All right.
So these missing missing kids from the academy. There's some also some tales of missing families in town. Maybe some kids that are killing off their families. I think they're all related. Something to do with dreams and maybe their memories getting stolen and maybe their dreams getting altered. There's 2 of them in jail. 2 kids in jail. They're starting to go insane. Wondering if that's sparking any lining up with any lore that you might know of, any creatures that might affect dreams.
A bunch of them can affect dreams, but not our specialty. We hunt the things that you kill. Most dream things aren't in the real world.
Well, I give up. Anybody else? I gotta come up with some other thoughts. Someone else talk while I think.
Sorry. Got nothing for you.
Listen, we were just over.
I'm still a little, yeah.
We were just
I
over
can't
talking to
think either.
Bernie. Old man Bernie, a little gnome creature.
I guess.
He pointed us towards some monster hunters and the occult. We talked about their winter hag a bit, but he didn't. He said he didn't really line up very well with what was going on, and I kind
Yeah,
of,
winter don't have anything to do with dreams.
yeah. So I kind of go through, all that we talked
But then
about with.
again, there's a lot of hags.
What was that?
There are a lot of different kind of hags.
Yeah. Um,
You got the winter hags, you got the green hags, you got the night hags, you got the iron hags. Heck, I even heard there might be storm and moon hags.
hmm.
All of them have weird, creepy powers. Worst thing,
The,
though, is all of them can take shapes.
the night hags.
Do,
Um,
do you know?
What do you know about them?
Now, a night hag, they do have powers to go through the other realms, especially the ethereal plane.
Hmm.
I
That's
believe they've been known to haunt the dreams of their intended victims.
that seems very interesting.
But they don't kill generally. They mostly steal souls and barter souls.
Is there a way that one of the other hags could possibly learn From a night hag?
They really wouldn't need to. The worst thing you got to fear about is when hags come together. It's called a coven.
What?
You get a whole bunch of hags together and they pool their resources to do evil in the world.
This sounds familiar.
Hmm.
Yeah, winter hags are devious folks, but ain't nothing compared to them iron hags. Even though the iron hags aren't the most dangerous of them, they're the most devious and cunning and evil of them in entirety. Well, I guess you consider those stealing your souls might be the evilest, but the iron hags, they'll kill you, your friends, your family, and then make it look like you killed a bunch of other people too.
So,
Do you not think that this is exactly what's happening in this town? That there is a coven of hags plaguing this town?
Perhaps
I haven't heard anything about it.
You haven't heard
We've
about
been dealing
families
with a
being.
cold disease.
There's been families who have been killed by family members and plagued by dreams and.
Really? I haven't heard of that. I've heard of a bunch of families dying off, but that's a normal winter occurrence around here, especially with the plague.
Well, if anything, it sounds like the perfect cover for the coven of hags. Then
well,
Might
can
be
we
right.
can we give information on the children with the? I want to get information on the children with the dreams and the missing children, and see if that lines up with what he knows about a coven, possibly.
Okay. You end up telling him all that you know, and basically he tells you that the dreams may be the work of a night hag or one of her minions, because they have a tendency to work with other ethereal creatures, especially those of the realm of dreams. The killing of innocents and framing of others tends to be an iron hag, and then the winter hag likes to sow deceit, deception, and then take their victims. But almost all of them like to basically eat their bones.
So,
They think they taste best when they've been steeped in fear.
off the information that I've given you, could you definitively say that you feel that this might be a coven that we're dealing with?
It's entirely possible, but if it is, I would think the snow hags would be gone already. Now that winter's ending.
is there anything in particular that these iron hags or night hags or any of these hags might be more susceptible to? Just sharp weapons or
Cold iron.
cold iron?
it's cold iron.
Yeah.
Cold iron burns most hags,
Yep.
except for the night hag, except for the iron hags.
What?
The iron hags are basically the equivalent of cold iron to the other hags. That's why they tend to get their way.
Hmm. So do we just punch iron hags in the face, or
Well, you can buy weapons made of cold iron.
we tried that? The dwarves hate us, and every time we've tried, it's
Well,
just
they're not the only ones that make it.
okay.
Certainly seems like it.
It's just not a common thing unless you're a demon hunter.
Well,
Oh,
we
we
are.
hunt demons.
Yeah.
We hunt demons.
We
quite
disintegrate 'em.
frequently.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that was
Oh wait,
unfortunate.
nobody knows this. I forgot.
Can you recommend
You'll
a
hear
good
about us.
recommend a good shop with some cold iron?
Your best bet probably would be the last town down south, one over. They have much better trade. Up here, we don't have as much. Although maybe a little further north, where they do a lot of the mining, you might find it too.
Quick side note: what are my arrows made out of?
Regular iron.
Wood.
What if he
I was
puts
thinking
Get
wood.
cold
I was
iron
actually truly thinking wood with like flexed wood sticks.
what if he
Yeah.
puts
Yes.
your arrows into the snow and they get cold?
No. Cold iron means it was never fired in a forge. It's a special kind of iron that's never been fired, so it's more effective against creatures of fire and creatures of demonic origin.
New list on the new item on the list. cold iron arrows.
Yeah, there's quite a few creatures that are weak to it. So it'd do bonus damage against all of them.
Lots of cold iron arrows. As many as we can get. So I'm trying to figure out cold iron. So is it like almost like taking an obsidian block and chipping it into a arrowhead, basically? Is that what you're saying?
It's a special kind of iron that's hammer forged without actual heating.
Interesting.
That's why it's hard to make.
Yeah, I was
Dwarves
about to
are
say because I'm
experts at
trying to
it.
wrap my head around how it's
So
made.
let me.
Dwarves are experts at it, and they know the secrets to mass produce it.
If
Need to how do they make it?
Because I'm a dwarf, I know that.
Well, I mean, have you ever met somebody that's made cold iron before?
you're getting a lot of your background, Derek.
He couldn't even get.
No. I mean, I've seen it before, seen it for sale before. I don't have access to it.
I got a question. If we don't have cold iron, are they more resistant to regular weapons, regular attacks?
Not really.
Okay. It's just cold
I
iron
mean,
like
magic
really
sword's
hurts
a
them.
magic sword.
Okay. Okay.
Now, most hags have some form of magic too. That's why they form covens, because when they form covens, they gave extra spells to each other.
When they form a coven, are they tying themselves to a certain location? Do they have a stone or a certain item that they're trying to, link themselves together with?
No, it's just a pact.
Okay.
They can live anywhere. Most hags avoid the cities because there's just so many people, but the stronger and more willful hags, they can go right in the middle of the city, no problem. Since they can take the shape of anyone, anywhere, anytime, at will.
Hmm.
That's very scary. Is there a way? Have you found a way to see through their disguises?
I believe the
They
mages have spells that can see true forms.
interesting. I was just wondering, you as a hunter, would you be able to?
No. Generally don't deal with hags.
Hmm. I can see why.
I try not to go after the magical beasties. I stick to the ones that are brawn and no brain. And his buddy slaps him on the back. Yeah, that is just like you.
He's got jokes. The guy that got slapped on the back, how does he respond to the joke?
He's frowning. The third guy at the table looks like he didn't understand it.
Mm.
We picked the smartest one to talk to, apparently.
Do you guys want to go find the constable, or do you want to head up to the monastery? Or would you like to try to find some mages and get like some true
Well,
seeing spells or something, or a scroll?
it depends. Like getting to the constable, we told cops already that this was going down, so they went to him. They may be at Orthus's place by now.
It's true. We only
True.
look.
And they did say don't go far, so we might want to, if we want to get information like that, we might have to step back and
Yeah,
not.
they probably did want to talk to us.
Okay?
Well, we also probably ought to let them know about this whole hag situation and that many of the people who have been convicted of these murders may be innocent, and this is why.
It's assuming this is a hag situation, but hopefully we're on the right trail.
Sorry, be right back.
Problem.
All right, just the three of us now. Let's split the party. All right, we're gonna, I guess, head back to Orthus's place. Talk to the constables.
All right. You head back to Orthus's. So you head back to Orthus's, and you find a group of constables standing there. Some of them are outside, and then some are inside going through the room. And there's a couple onlookers, looky-looing.
Was there a reason why we want to talk to the constables?
We wanted to just ensure that they knew what was going on, but also it would be good to let them know about information we found and make ourselves available.
Do we want to ask
because
about?
we found a dead body.
Do we want to talk about ask them anything about missing families or where they're? Okay, locations.
Yeah, we need to know where the missing
Okay.
families, not the whatever.
Yeah.
We need to know who we need to question.
Sure. Do you want to do the talking, or anybody want to do talking? Or you want me to just roll in and?
I honestly don't want to do any talking.
All right, unless Nadep wants to go, I'll just give it a old hidey ho. All right, just let me know if I'm dominating, talking too much or something. But
My sinuses feel like they're about to explode. No, you're good.
all right, phenomenal. Well,
Feeling right over
all right. Good day, constables. Did you find the body?
What?
We're the ones that reported the dead body.
The guy looks around for a minute. The other guy comes up and smacks him on the back of the head. I told you to pay attention. We're here for a body.
Right.
Guy's like, oh yeah, the body. Yeah, they're inside with the body.
Is that where your sergeant is? Could we talk to your?
I assume so. You can't go in. It's a crime scene.
Very well. Can you let him know that we are here? We're the ones that found him, and we'd like to.
Okay. And he walks in there. You can hear him shout out, hey, there's some weirdos out here.
It's fair.
Why do these people they always seem to be so
I mean, it's a fair assessment.
weird.
Then a man comes out who is, especially for this town, you would think of him as being smarmily dressed.
I gotta look up smarmily.
Yes.
He's smarmy.
Good day.
Yes, can I help you?
We reported the body.
Ah, you're the one that found him.
Yes.
I'm assuming you went and touched everything?
Absolutely. Not.
Whatever.
We did have our priest here was able to uh, analyze the area. I believe it was his father or something. There's other things going on in this town that we believe is linked to this. If you got a moment, I'd like to discuss it with you.
All right, what do you got?
So there's missing families in this town. We also hear there's teenagers killing off their families. We talked to a couple in the prison. There's some missing kids from the academy. There's also a missing professor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this seems to be tied together.
On missing this year. A lot of people died from the plague too.
This is true. We have pretty good insights on the plague, and I believe these are also separate issues, or at least some of the deaths could be attributed to plague, but some of them may be specifically having to do with dreams. Don't know if you've heard anything about dreams, or dreams being manipulated or altered.
We believe that what's happening now has been under the cover of the plague.
Okay.
And using that as a way to continue doing what they're doing.
Okay.
We're currently thinking of.
And who are they?
A possible coven that is.
Witches?
Hags.
Yes. Hags. Yes.
Hags.
Not witches.
Well, technically, aren't hags witches too?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never met a witch and
guy.
I've never met a hag, so I don't know how to differentiate between the two. So I'm going to go off your knowledge on these things. You live here. We're here to help,
It's a
though.
hag.
I believe it's the Coven of Hags. Yes.
Hmm.
It also points to the
Could be.
possibility that the people that you have imprisoned for killing their families are innocent.
Hmm. Well, since they've killed or nearly killed their cellmates, they're not innocent.
They're crazy because of the dreams that the hags are giving them, yes.
Hmm.
Is
That
it
could be.
But
their? Is it
the
their?
initial murders were probably committed by hags.
Hmm.
It
Any
caused
other
them to
proof
go
of this?
crazy and be aggressive. So yes, not innocent, maybe innocent, maybe not innocent. However, they
Don't.
are wrapped up into this what's going on because it's definitely deeper than
We are actually here. Our entire purpose is to find Lufkin.
The professor.
Yes. But we are set up on ourselves to investigate and try to figure out what's going on here to help the town as a whole. But hopefully, in that, we can either find Lufkin or find out what happened to him.
Hmm. Yeah, the disappearances have been pretty hard. I've heard there's even been disappearances all around the countryside.
Any word from the monastery?
They've lost a few.
Any word or anyone visiting lately for the monastery?
No, they've been keeping their grounds pretty closed off. This winter was very harsh. From what I understand, only a few of their members made it out of town, made it to town during the winter and back.
well, I believe we solved that issue. We understand why it was such a harsh winter.
Yeah, it's a rarity. We haven't had one of those in over 100 years.
Do you could you give us a location of the families that have gone missing or had specifically maybe the ones that where their family member killed them?
Thank you, sweetie.
He gives you the location of one of the houses where a family member was killed by someone in the jail, and then he gives you the location of the first house where a family disappeared.
Okay, good.
Mm.
Is there any other information you need from us?
No, not until we finish our investigation, but odds are we're not going to be able to find much of anything.
Already, I believe.
A surprising number of people have been bludgeoned to death lately.
Yes, I
It's
believe.
likely he was a victim of these hags as well, is our guess at the moment. But please continue your investigation.
You may want to talk to Old Man Bernie. I believe he had some pretty close workings with him in this past week.
Not likely.
Buy him a drink. He'll give you everything you need to know.
No, he'll give you half.
That's why you have to buy him two.
Right. I don't know that there's much else we need from these constables.
Is there anything else you need from us since we found the body?
No,
We
as I
did
say,
we
we'll do it until we figure out more.
did we leave the journals and stuff in there, or did we
We
take
took
them?
them.
And you didn't find the journal because it was missing.
Well,
Found pieces of the journal.
whatever we have from there, we still have it.
You have the pieces of paper, and then you've got the pieces of the journal.
We should share.
Agreed.
I'll hand him the stuff.
He looks at it, kind of looks knowingly. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yep.
So, are we detained to this town while you're doing
Detained?
your
No.
investigation? I mean, are we free to move in and out of town
I'm gonna
while
go
you're
where I
working this
want to go.
information?
I don't care what you do. At this point, it looks like it was beaten to death by someone, and it doesn't look like it was you.
Okay,
From
just
what he
making
Spelling.
sure.
said,
I
he
didn't
was
want.
beaten to death before y'all came to town.
I want to understand the clear rules. I don't want to. I don't
He's
want to
just
anger you in any way.
he's worried he was drunk earlier. Let's move on. You still good? You okay?
Maybe.
uh, maybe.
It's an in and out thing at this point in time. I don't feel sick, but I don't really know how I feel on the other skill.
Yeah, I just don't want to eat too much of our day. I would like to try to get on the road to the monastery. Though, just to kind of prep you guys, I do worry that the monastery may be the location of the coven, so just be hot and ready to get those weapons flying.
You think his wife is a hag?
Not his wife. I'm more concerned that maybe if it is a coven, that maybe they moved into the monastery with it being so isolated that they used the winter as a cover, and they could spend some time coming to town back and forth. And that might have been the location that the students went off to.
Well, I was thinking of where the students went off to, but 2 hours away? You think they sneak out and go 2 hours away?
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or to town. I mean, they could be. I mean, the town
I,
the
I,
town is
I,
huge. I'm not gonna lie.
look,
The town is
this
very
is
huge. We can either go to the monastery,
this
or
is what I'm thinking.
we try to just wander the town, or go to
They
these
sneak
locations.
off. They find this cave, and inside that cave, they read poetry to each other. That's what I think's happening.
No one's gonna get that reference. Hi, Captain, my captain.
I am with Core on the monastery being the point of interest, in that they didn't sneak off to come to the town. They come to the town to infiltrate it.
So
And then now they may
there's
have something built or something in the town to where now they can, because we can teleport wherever we want, guys. Remember that.
I don't know
They
about.
may have the possibility to use the same type of portals that we do.
A bunch of hags with a bunch of portals?
I don't,
Charles, don't do that to us.
we do have 3 locations. We have the monastery, we have the Dead
I say
Boys family,
monastery.
and we have the missing family house.
I'm ready for the monastery.
Let's do the monastery, folks. That's my vote as well.
So y'all
Anybody
head to
else?
the monastery?
I want to know what Winky thinks.
Does Winky think?
I want to know what Eve thinks.
I'm down for the monastery. I've been wanting to go there since we found out about it. So.
Well, then why didn't you say something?
She's been interested in this lovers thing for a while.
Yeah, I want to find the wife. That is my goal.
I do have.
Although I can't even find the ring anymore because it's on his toe, and I don't really want to touch it.
Yeah,
so.
I have high concerns, and definitely motivated with my concerns with the monastery.
So we have 4 from the monastery, and we have 2 that haven't spoken. So
yeah, we cannot go until we have everybody vote.
We can't.
Need it. I think he's gone catatonic.
I vote for the
I
monastery.
mean, I say that we leave Winky and Needep here to.
We just leave this chat. He just walks up. He walked up to the camera.
Should I vote for this monastery?
All
right, so Needep can go check the houses if he doesn't want to go to the monastery.
That was so Ferris Bueller, though, when he did that. It was like,
Bueller.
What are you still doing?
You talking about me?
Sorry, I'm hunting some allergy medicine.
I don't think leaving Nita here with Winky is a good idea.
To see what the kind of hijinks.
Never a good idea.
The town will be on fire by the time.
Going.
There'll be a lot of smashed doors, and the town will be on fire. You're correct. Yeah, you guys are coming with us. We can't leave y'all alone.
I'll happily travel quietly in the back of the quietly.
He's completely drugged up on antihistamine.
Yeah, a car drank the drink, but Needip is feeling the effects right now.
Yeah, that was a slap on the back. I think. I think he
Transferred it.
transferred it to the dwarf because the dwarf could handle that kind of stuff.
We have a few extras down here in the south. One of them being pollen. But I'll also help shovel out 300 cow barns too. So lots of dust. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the effects of it tonight. So
Zyrtec, man, Zyrtec is amazing.
I think I'm on my 4th dose.
Slow down, bro. Hey, jeez.
Okay. So y'all head to the monastery?
Yes.
All right. As y'all approach, you see that the monastery looks like a little sleepy hamlet. It's got a stone wall around it, and the architecture is a little bit different than everything else that you've seen in town. And a little bit more ornate spires and arches and columns, and it's much more heavily made up, and it is made of quarried stone. And it looks fairly old.
Hmm. Does it look closed off?
You can see that there are basically some buildings outside the walls, but it does not look closed off. People are going about their business, and there's smoke coming in from all the chimneys.
Interesting.
As you approach the front area, just outside the first building, you notice that they have a group of people sitting up guard duty on the roadway.
Oh, look, Core. Look, it's a bunch of hags.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma'am.
Are you talking to me?
No, the people we see. Excuse us. Are you a hag? Have
He
you
lost
seen
a
any
painted
hags
dick.
around?
The lady looks at you, and it looks like she's debating on whether she wants to break you or throw you down into a pile of snow.
I apologize for my rudeness. I was just inquiring based off of what
The young
our
half-elf
halfling
lady wearing obvious monk attire.
phenomenal.
Hey, but hey, if they would have acted any different, we'd have known.
We would have known. Again,
Let's play.
apologies. Uh, what was Ruben's lady's name?
I don't know if we have it.
Eve. Did anyone again apology? That was entirely on me. I was very rude. Um, did anyone here know Ruben Lufkin?
Lufkin?
Yes.
Reuben.
Yes, Professor Lufkin at the Lond Academy.
Yes. Do you know?
Yes.
I think they only knew her as like Mrs. Lufkin.
Is there a Mrs. Lufkin here? Yes.
Mistress Lufkin?
Yes.
She's not here.
Did she disappear?
She disappeared about a week ago.
Dang it!
Do you know of any caves around here where people read poetry?
Thank you for that.
She looks at you like, what?
Um, do you know anyone named Emma?
Emma?
Yeah, is she here?
No, she disappeared about a week ago.
She disappeared too. How many people have disappeared from this monastery?
Well, we've only had 3 or 4 disappear and about 5 die.
Did they say anything about their dreams?
No?
Hmm. Anything mysterious Like they were here a couple, and then they were gone a couple of minutes later.
No, I mean most of them just weren't there in the morning.
Hmm. Um. Would Would you mind showing us their living quarters? Do they all were all the people involved that went missing in the same location? Slept in this
No.
nearby each other? Hmm. Has any hags come up and said, "Hey, I'm going to steal your soul"?
No.
Hmm.
Um. Okay, I don't know where I went that direction, but
I
where
was running
does
out of ideas, so thank you for talking, Akar.
where does Mistress Lufkin where's her dormitory or where does she stay in this
She
area?
lives in the cloister.
Where is that exactly?
The heart of the monastery.
Um,
She's a battle sister.
Who's this?
would we be privy to investigate her living area?
No, no man can go into the battle sister hall.
Eve, Hatala, can y'all speak on this?
Yeah.
Whose place is this? I missed it.
Hantala, we're trying to get into Mrs. Lufkin's room.
Oh,
Yeah.
But no men can go in, so.
Well, I guess you ladies would be okay, yes.
Sometimes
But
I
you
identify as a
have to
woman,
talk to
but that's
mistress.
only when it serves me best.
sounded
What?
like you were pretty close earlier.
If you want to go in, you do have to talk to Mistress Isberg.
Is there a place where we could wait, or can we talk with the
You
mistress?
can wait here.
Okay. Well,
Is there anything we need? Is there anything that we could do for you while we wait? I'm not an idle person. I would like to help out as best I can.
Well, you can go get pickled over there if you want to keep getting pickled.
I don't want to keep
She's
getting
waving
pickled.
her hand as you talk to her.
I don't want to keep getting pickled. I would like to help out. I would like to get rid of my pickling.
What's that mean?
he wants to atone for his drinking.
Oh,
She can smell the alcohol on him. She thinks he's a lush. Because it's midday and he's already drunk, in her opinion.
Ma'am, I understand that I smell like a lush. However, I did this for information and information only.
that
This
just
is
sounds
not
worse.
this is not who I am. If you need anything, please, I'm going to go sit in the corner. If you need any help with anything, I am willing to jump up and help you. 100%.
This man gonna go sit down and she's just gonna look at him all day long.
You didn't have to buy the drink for yourself.
Uh, you're picking up the strong vibe that she doesn't care about anything you say, mainly because of your being a male.
I'm just gonna go sit down and read. Ladies can go move the story on.
With that, I want to bow and say, if anything you need, and walk away.
Mm-hmm. You see a couple of male monks to one side doing some tasks.
I want to go help them with that task.
I'm just gonna read.
All right, ladies. They pointed you in the direction of Mistress Iceberg.
Iceberg or Biceberg?
Isburg.
What was it?
Iceberg.
I
IS.
Isburg.
Got it.
Iceberg.
Thank you.
Ice cream.
Ice cream for ice cream.
All right. I say we would head to where she is. As we're going though, I'm going to message Core and say, "Who is Emma?"
No response.
He's not responding. Eve, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Okay. You make it to the entrance to the main temple. And there's a couple guards there, all of them female.
We would like to speak with Mr. Isberg.
1
Please.
minute, and a woman comes out wearing the most simple robes you've ever seen, except for 3 or 4 different hand magical items that you recognize, like bracers, amulets, rings. Basically, from a monk standpoint, she's armed to the teeth with magical gear.
Nice.
Yes, can I help you?
We are trying to investigate the disappearance of Lufkin, and we were hoping we could gain access to his wife's rooms here to see if we could help figure that out and maybe even figure out the disappearance of her and another one named Emma.
Sister Lufkin.
Yes, and Emma.
Sister Lufkin.
What? It's the same person?
Sister Emma Lufkin.
I want to turn around. Okay. Can we please get access to her room and see if we can find any clues as to
Yes,
what may have occurred?
yes. Just come this way, ladies.
Thank you. I'm a little flustered right now.
You notice that it didn't take her but a second to notice both of you are carrying symbols.
Ah, true.
And you notice basically she eyed you both down before even saying hello, and she did it in an instant, but it was obvious. She wasn't trying to hide it. But it's the look of a trained warrior. And she takes you to a hallway, and in it you find small rooms. Each room is basically a little bit more than 6 by 6. There's a bed, a seat where you can kneel down and contemplate, and then an area to have snacks. And that's it.
So what do you think, Eve?
We search around, I guess. Or...
Okay. In your searching, you notice underneath the bed there is storage for personal possessions, but not much. Mostly in the possessions you find are pieces of paper and other materials.
I'll take a look around with detect magic.
Okay.
Sending a message to Core. Oh, just go ahead.
You can detect there is a good bit of magic in the area, but mostly it's in the area of warding runes and other things that this entire area, each room is warded separately, plus warded together.
So no magic ring.
No.
Could be a good thing.
Message Core. Emma is Lufkin? Lufkin is Emma?
Her name is Emma Lufkin?
What we just found out. So who's Emma?
I didn't know it was Emma Lufkin.
You just know an Emma?
Silence again.
He is confounding me today. Okay. Let's look around, and I'm going to be oddly looking a little harder for any evidence of Core knowing Emma than I am for disappearance of Mrs. Lufkin, or that's just going to be my distraction at the moment.
As I say, you found a case with papers in it.
All right, time to start reading, if there's anything written.
You find about 3 sheets that are in that same strange script you don't understand. And then a plethora of information that is in common. But all of it's old papers and old pieces of paperwork.
So 3 of them have the coded cipher stuff.
Yep.
And we don't see anything that looks like it could be the cipher.
No.
for this.
If there was a cipher, it's something that they just knew.
That sucks.
Tell Core to figure out a cipher.
Oh, I'm
'Cause-
gonna message Core. Emma has 3 coded papers that are the same code that we found. It looks like Emma and the other guy's name I can't remember right now. Lufkin.
Ruben.
Ruben and Lufkin have been chatting and they know this code. If you knew Emma, maybe you can figure out the code. Well, how do you know Emma?
I'll work on the code.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You
All
all
right.
right, Patala?
Hmm.
You good? You looking a little...
I'm all right. But it's fine. It's fine.
Do you want to try to
Fine.
read through some of the papers you can understand?
Yes.
All right, make a perception check to search through.
Okay. Sorry, I'm writing down notes. This is the hard part about doing all this at once.
Yep, no problem. All right, y'all both start separately looking through, and
Baby.
Hatala is motivated. Throwing out some nat 20s.
yep. All right. Eve, you find paperwork talking about one of the feudal lords in the Northern Kingdom and the strange and unfortunate events that happened to him. Hatala, you find a bunch of information written by hand, hastily and scratched, like, written multiple times and then rewritten and then undone. And basically, somebody was doing a lot of research, and it seems to entail about an incident that occurred with one of the local lords in the Northern Kingdom. How he died under mysterious circumstances, and it looked like, according to the papers you read, you don't understand all of it, that Emma may have been looking into what happened to him and why he died and how he died. And based on your best guess, it was had something to do with looking for the cause of the death. But you don't have any papers that show what the results of that research was.
Eve, Core was from the north, right?
Yes.
And he told you about the whole hand thing, right? We were together when that happened. Core is nodding his head, so we're good.
If I was there, yes, I was there.
You were there.
Yep, I was sitting right beside you.
She was a serial killer.
He said he was
Yes.
the basically the right hand of a noble person. Think they're either trying to absolve him or he's the one that killed him. That's
Core?
where I'm. Yes.
He's
I know
the
we're here
serial
for
killer?
totally other reasons, but right now something's going on that we
There's
didn't
always
know about.
something.
I know, but
Y'all share with each other about the research you found?
Yes.
When comparing your notes with each other, you notice it's talking about two different lords. The one that Eve read about was a different lord than the one that Hatala read about. And Hatala was reading about the lord who died under mysterious circumstances, and Eve was reading about a lord who died, but under less than noble circumstances.
so Core was working with one and he killed the other. That's it. That's what I think it is. I'm going to solve this. Why
You
are we
need to
here
make
again?
a really high society check to figure out exactly what the notes mean.
What would that even look like? Let's see.
No cues, Court.
Oh
Don't give
my
him away.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold up. Come on, die. That's not a great roll.
No.
Dang
7
it.
on the die.
I supposed to be trying?
You can if you want, if you have
I have a
society.
+0. I don't. So it
Two?
doesn't
Or-
matter.
A 2.
But you
Corey,
could have rolled a nat 20 because it was almost there.
Corey, you got to stay
Just sat
stoic.
there
Don't give it
for a
away.
second.
Don't give away your secret.
Okay. Hold on. But we're here for People are missing.
That took
Is
y'all 30 minutes to look through those notes in that room.
is
People are
is there
missing.
is there anything about the people missing? Are we?
Get in the notes
I know.
here.
Well, we have these 3 that we don't understand. So.
Yes.
Yes. And there's no ring. There's no magic. And it's a very bare room, isn't it?
Yes. Very Spartan.
She either has another place that she stays, or she's very monkish.
They must have another home together because she didn't always live there, and he can't come here, so they could have a whole
Oh.
nother home.
Oh.
Well, remember, she did regularly visit him at the school.
Right. So why would she do that if they had another place to visit?
Because his room at the school was extremely well lived in. He even had trophies of his exploits on the wall.
I think she's just monkish.
That's boring. I'm going to say that very quietly. And it's not helpful either, so.
Okay, so we
The
got
lady
to now.
inside is like, have you found anything?
We found
If
some
you
of.
could find the battle sister, we would love that.
We haven't found anything that seems to point to why they may have disappeared. We do have. Is there any chance you would know of a cipher or a thing that she would have used for notes to
No, but
writing
we have
code?
taught her writing in a strange language that she would never explain.
That's kind of what we've just found, and we think that it
Certainly,
may
her and her husband did.
that we found somewhere her husband was staying too. We just weren't sure who he was writing to, but it does seem like it's her. But we do not have a cipher for it, and that would have been the biggest help. But so we're not unsure of what these things say. Do you know about any of the northern kingdoms and why she may have been researching lords in that area?
Most of that was from before she came here, I believe. That was years ago.
Did she have a different occupation? Was this some kind of refuge away from a life for her?
I don't know what her occupation was beforehand, but it didn't take her long to go through the ranks of the Battle Sisters.
That's understandable.
She was well trained before she arrived. Her skill with the sword was impressive, but once she switched to our unarmed style, it turned out she was even better.
What type of sword did she use?
I don't know. We don't deal with those here.
I was just curious if it was similar to one of our companions. Do you know of any other places that she might have frequented that we could check?
She was one of the most sisters we had at the monastery. She didn't do much outside of going to visit her husband regularly and then helping with any tasks around here or going out to exterminate monsters. The Battle Sisters are well known for that.
Okay.
How did she act before she went missing? Was she?
She was concerned. We later learned to find out that she hadn't heard from her husband and went looking for him. Vanishing Nita.
An invisible Nita. Wow.
It's Return of the Nita. Or is it Revenge of the Nita?
60.
Now it's just the hat of the Nita.
The hat of Anita. The hat and beard of Anita.
All right. So what do you do?
I would think that at this point the best thing to do, since there's no other place to go, we would need to head out to the rest of the others and tell them what we've learned.
Okay.
Eve, do you
You make
agree?
it back to them and find them Core's on the ground reading. Winky's just wandering around. Needup is staring at the rocks on the ground, trying to see if there's anything valuable. And Akar is with some battle brothers, and they are doing tasks around the place. He's chopping wood, and they are using their hands to chop wood.
At least I'm helping.
That
I can't
But
do
you can
that,
tell
but I'm
he at
trying
least
to help.
once tried to use his hands too.
Shh. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, I guess we'd head to probably towards core.
if I made any
I'll let-
headway on the cipher.
Wiki appears to be only ahead.
I just see a black screen.
Yeah.
I think his lights
Anyway.
went out.
Fell. I fell.
And he can't get up.
No, I fell, and my chair's gonna hurt me if I don't have some help.
Wait, are you kidding?
I fell in my chair. I'm not kidding.
Hey, it's Winky in real life.
I just need you to hold the chair
I
up.
think he rolled a nat 1 on sitting in a chair.
You've done that before.
Now the best one was
That's how I was able to identify it
Please hold
so
the chair.
quickly. Yes.
when Peyton did it on camera. That was the best.
Not even 2 feet off the ground.
You look at him.
I think Peyton's bugged out.
No,
No, he's there.
mentally
It's just
bugged out.
he's
Mentally,
Thank you.
only mentally.
No.
Yeah, he's got a mental fog going on right
I
now.
tried to do an SOS and I dropped my
That
phone
sucks,
when I
man.
turned the lights off.
That was
Great.
funny.
So what did it describe the scene, Eve?
He's like, first of all, his bed, he doesn't have a bed frame. So it's like not that high off the ground. So he's just kind of laying, he's almost touching the ground. And he's just like laying half on the bed, half not, and the chair's flipped over. He could have just rolled over and he would have been fine.
I didn't want to break anything because it was gonna break my chair or my
He was not.
Okay.
Yeah, it was breaking the table.
So what do you do?
Oh boy.
True Wiki fashion.
Anything on the cipher?
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Core. Core, I think she was on to you about the guy in the Northern Realms, the Lord that you killed for your Lord. That's what it looks like to me.
My lord. You're talking about Lord Jensen. The Jarl.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he die
That's why I'm here.
mysteriously?
I was ghosted. I think I told you that before. There's several ways of identifying as a hand. I've been ghosted. It means my patron is dead.
But did you kill another Lord before that? I'm gonna hand him the papers
Okay.
that we can read. This is something she may have been researching, and it's really the only thing we could find in the room.
I want to sneak up on this conversation.
Just so you guys know, Core's looking kind of melancholy. You know, probably the other guys probably noticed, probably sometime while you girls were gone. Probably if you guys pieced it together around the time that you were communicating him and found out that her name's been changed.
I want to sneak up on this conversation, just kind of
Was Emma somebody that you were close to intimately?
Hold on. What just happened? Technical difficulties. Don't read Twitch.
Put the GM's face on it.
Have you read it?
Yes,
Move GM's face up on it.
it
I got rid of it.
what is going on with my... It's trying to get me to do macros or something on my screen.
What the heck?
His
That was probably my
here's what
daughter.
here's what I can tell you. My lord died before this other guy. So I've been ghosted for quite some time. My lord died of some mysterious circumstances. It was, from what I've been able to investigate and understand, it was a power move to move in on his territory. He was killed so that another lord could take over, and that's who you're reading about. This other guy. Um, I believe his plans backfired on him though, which is what led to his death.
Were you a part of that?
I don't want to get into that.
It's okay. You don't really have to tell me. At the moment. I'm just
Did you find out
enamored.
anything about how long has Emma been married? When did they get married?
I have no idea.
Hmm. Okay.
What we did learn was that when she first arrived, she was very good with her weapons, and she grew through the ranks in the monk classes very well, and was just very good at what she did. But she was seems very pious, and the only person she really spent time with was her husband.
I trained her a good bit. We had to split ways when I came south. I was hoping for a little bit different. The Did you find any leads on where they may have gone?
There was nothing
Anything?
there. As I said, the personal belongings that were there seemed to be these older missives and research that she had. And they said there was no other place that she really stayed. She seems to have put a lot of her past behind her, except for this research.
Hmm. So we've kind of hit another dead end outside of this research.
Yeah.
And you can tell the paperwork that the research is several years old.
I mean, unless we can figure out this code.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's
that's definitely something I've been wanting to work on. Working on the code and figuring these things out. And outside of going to the other houses back in town, I don't know how much more time in the day do we have.
Forgot to add the 2 hours.
Do we want to try to get back to
Near the end of the day, you're not going to be able to make it back to town before nightfall.
do we want to try to make it to the academy even though it's going to be night?
I'm comfortable with that.
But it'll be after dark when you get there.
I mean, we could try
Or
to.
you can stay in town or in the monastery. Because there are outbuildings that are not part of the monastery.
I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys what you want to do.
I mean, we can go there. I mean, are y'all afraid of the dark? I'm not.
While y'all are talking, one of the Battle Brothers that was with the car comes over. You talking about Mistress Lufkin?
We're trying to find
I'm
where she
I'm not
went.
talking about Mistress Lufkin. I'm listening about that. What do you have? What knowledge do you know?
I
I'm
saw her
always
leave.
interested.
I saw her leave the monastery about a week ago.
With whom?
No one. She grabbed her gear and ran towards town.
Hmm.
It was the
Ran?
middle of the night.
Wait, ran?
Yes, she ran in the middle of the winter.
Lufkin, Reuben disappeared 2 weeks ago, correct?
I believe that's what we've come to learn afterwards. We didn't know it then.
And she left a week ago, heading towards town.
She left right after some travelers had come from town up to the monastery.
Is this the time she heard of him missing, or did she know that beforehand?
None of us had heard of it until after she went missing. So if she heard it, it had to have been right then.
So she was clearly going to go find him.
Yeah, all I know is she had all of her gear with her. She was prepped for war.
You know,
As a
Core.
battle sister, that means a lot. Did that not? Did you tell anybody about her running off in the middle of the night?
Well, that's not really surprising when a battle sister goes running off to kill something.
Ah,
That's unfortunately a pretty common occurrence around here. Even us battle brothers do it sometimes. Although the battle
interesting.
sisters are the ones everyone wants.
Oh, hey, by the way, can you teach me that whole hand splitting wood thing? I
I don't
tried it and I
have
was just
the
like,
energy for it.
I'm gonna pick out my cookery. Yeah.
But yeah, she disappeared that night. I mean, she and the others of her kind were the most often ones going around.
Others of her kind? You mean battle sisters or something else?
No, from what I understand, they're mostly immune to this plague.
That's interesting information. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us.
What makes you say that they're immune?
Everyone knows that.
Well, we obviously don't. That's why we're asking a question about it. How do you know about them being immune?
I've never met a half orc who wasn't.
Emma's a half orc? We have learned that. Half orcs are immune.
Yes. I didn't realize that Emma was a half orc.
Yes, we actually have about 7 or 8 of them here. They've been really active since this whole plague thing started, helping the sick and the weak and making sure the news would travel back and forth between villages.
I
Because
I,
even
assu-
there's not enough to bring one of them down.
I assumed that they weren't half orcs because of the bias that most people hold against half orcs.
I would think
Here
of
we only care about your spirit. If you have the right spirit to conduct your monastery life, then you're welcome. That's
That's
why so
awesome.
many are turned away. They do not have the will and the spirit for it.
Agreeable.
Those that are martially compatible then go off to the academy.
Thank you for your non-biased exception of people.
And you don't make it into a battle brother being biased. This
Exactly.
world is what it is, and you must live with it and live at peace with it.
Agreed.
Core.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Do you want to elaborate?
there's that Emma. No, that's not what I'm doing right now. I feel like Emma was strong and is strong and is still fighting. That's what I feel like right now, and that's what I want to tell you.
She is, and
I turned to Corey
we're
like,
we're
do you want
likely
to
to find a bunch
elaborate?
of dead bodies somewhere.
That's agreeable. But do you want to elaborate on the new information that we all found out? What do you know?
Um,
Who is Emma? This is the first I've heard of Emma from this guy here. I would assume
Emma,
that my companion would tell me about someone as strong as this.
You think we just go through a roster of everybody we know with everybody we meet?
I mean, you've
Well,
shared absolutely zero or next to nothing about your past.
I have not much to share.
Well, then you're gonna have to pick something now.
My father died in the Crusades when I was young.
I think half of us here have dead parents, so
Well, my father died fighting for his country. That's why I'm here now, doing what I do, because I want to prove myself to my father, who is not
Was
here.
was your father the which part of you was your father?
He was an elf. That's why he never really gave me the love I felt I deserved, being full elf, and he loved me dearly. However, he never saw me as good enough.
Fathers are weird. How was he
But
towards your mother?
why are we changing the subject on me when I'm trying to ask about this Emma person?
Emma.
Because you can't
Emma
just
was
pull
married to
information out of people.
Lufkin. As a whole, my whole life I've been trained since extremely young age to be secretive. I've been built to be a spy, to be a bodyguard, a protector, an assassin, an emissary. What I do is secretive by nature. I don't share a lot. I understand a lot is coming out, and we've journeyed a lot, and we spilled blood together. And I appreciate that you're here. I know that we came up here based on my recommendation. If we find Emma, I'll share more about Emma. I'll introduce you, and we can ask all the questions you'd like.
I'm satisfied with your response. I know I have my secrets, and I know that you have shared a lot of secrets with us in that one statement. But no, brother, I am always here for you. I'm at your back, sometimes shooting at it, sometimes not. But I'm always here at your back.
Still got to repair that hole in the armor. So what is the
And
decision
I
on
am
where to
sorry about
sleep
that.
tonight?
Are we able to make it back in town before we need to sleep, or
It'll almost be 8 p.m. by the time you get to town, and becomes dark at like 5:30.
We will have to travel in the dark.
How dangerous are the roads to town?
Well, it's still freezing temperature at night, and there's still snow. Snow's not on the ground anymore, but and there's no telling what's in the night.
I mean, we might as well just bunk up here. I can go ahead and get started on the
Y'all are
ciphers.
tough enough that y'all could handle anything, but you may run into something you don't know about.
I suggest that we go ahead and make the trek to town. I think that our party can handle most anything other than cold. Core, you might get a little cold, so you might want to bundle up. However, I think that we could make the trek.
If we, just as a counterpoint, if we do stay, it just gives me a few more hours to work on the cipher versus losing those hours and then hitting the bed.
I say work on the cipher and stay.
But do we not still have our cart where you could ride and work on the cipher as we
It'll be
travel?
dark and having.
How often have we ever
Agreed.
been able to do anything while we travel, even
Agreed.
with a cart?
Agreed. Agreed.
I have
It would
read
be
in the
dark.
cart. I have
It
done that.
sounds like a good idea, but we get shot down.
I just really want to try to get to town to
It
What is there
the
something in town
benefit
that
though,
you're
the benefit of getting back to the academy, I'll give another counterpoint to my counterpoint, is that we'll have people to go around and investigate and ask questions for. Maybe we could peek in on those kids again, see what happens with them, or if you guys have other questions, more investigation while I sit and read.
And at this point in time, they probably are in their barracks at the time, like you're saying. This is probably their time that they're going to start bedding down. So we have more people to ask about information. That was what I was thinking from the first go. But I understand your point, Hatala. That makes a lot of bit. Is whenever have our travels at night been good? That's understandable. I kind of I'm leaning more towards your staying here based off of that information.
To the vote. A car? What's
What?
your
I'm on the fence. I want to flip a coin.
Atala?
Should we stay or should we go?
Eva Winky? The depth?
I'm okay with a coin flip.
Coin flip, everybody, coin flip. 1 we stay, 2 we go.
Yes. Why does it look crooked?
Stay it is.
Ready.
All right. Y'all find a place to bed down.
Created an alternate universe.
Yeah, I want to pop out my fancy tent that we got. You know, so we sleep good. I'd like that.
Right. Core, you get to make another society check to try to cipher the cipher.
All right, here we go. I feel it. It's going to be good. Get ready to share all your knowledge. A 9.
Nope.
22 total. Okay.
It was almost a 19 though. It was almost a 19. Like you almost had it.
Yeah.
You just read one sentence wrong.
She's really good. Really good cipher.
You know what's crazy though? That I have a plus higher than yours.
You have the same plus,
No, I have a 14.
but you have 1 more intelligence.
Oh. I'm smarter than you.
But you still didn't roll good enough.
I did not even know this until I did the roll earlier. I was like, wow, that's a high number.
Is this something we could do like an aid for?
Hang on, Dad. I think I
Aiding
got to
gives
handle
you a
something
+1.
at my house.
Yeah.
Be right.
Aiding just gives you a +1, so that's not really going to help.
Hmm.
Only a really high die roll is going to make this, because it's a very good code.
Okay. Alrighty.
Excuse me.
I'll be back in a second.
Elijah is now playing Wallpaper Engine.
All right. So y'all spend the night working on the cipher. Anyone else doing anything while everyone's sleeping or getting ready for bed? If not, you're just getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
I'm gonna do like a quick little like prayer just for a while. Just
Okay.
chill out.
No problem.
Need up, like, dig himself a little hole, pull the dirt all around him, and go, ugh. You're
Okay.
muted.
Because every other like 5 seconds.
Can't hear that, by the way.
Well,
Yep.
It was actually really weird. I had to look at the screen to know what you were even doing.
my eyes are like constantly watering.
It's that cabin, man. It's infected you.
No, I was like on the way up here yesterday.
Oh.
All right. The next morning, when y'all wake up, it's another cold, wet, raining day.
Well, I'd imagine that we're gonna head to town,
Okay.
unless we have anything that would seem like we can get more information here, which I don't. Doesn't seem to be.
To town. Let's go.
Y'all have made it to the academy again.
Did we solve the mystery?
No.
Yes, we woke up and headed to town.
All right.
We
All right.
solved the mystery of sleeping.
Core, are you going to say that during the travel you were trying to decipher more?
Yes.
I'll give you one more chance today.
Ooh, nice, Charles. Thank you. He just knows you're not gonna roll high enough.
It's all. I thought it was gonna be a 1. I saw that 1. Oh.
It sat there for a second. It was a 13. Total
Nah.
was 26.
Still lower than what you rolled earlier.
Only by 1, so
Yeah.
it was my plus. So it's literally what I rolled. I'm just curious. Nope.
Okay, y'all are at the academy, and the guards are there as usual. This time they do look a little bit more prepared. In the morning, it looks like there are more senior members guarding.
Very good.
They wave you through. Apparently, they've been told about you.
Thank you. Thank you. Are we on the way to Thea?
I guess so. I don't think we totally set what we were doing, but that works.
Yeah.
All right, so you take it to the headmistress.
Yep.
All right, you're at her office. Looks like she's sipping a mug of something hot.
Did you have any?
Hello.
Oh, go ahead.
Good. Well, I've got. Good morning. Do you know how long Ruben and Emma have been married?
Uh, from what I understand, they've been married for about 5 or 6 years now. They courted for about a year before that. They met during combat training, of course. Because what else would they meet?
Is Ruben a human?
And-
Or
Yes.
okay, as far as I thought.
Would you know of anything that if they had a cipher or a thing between them, a code, would you know of anything that would help us in solving what that cipher might be?
Oh, you talking about that chicken scratch he does?
Yes.
No one has ever figured that out. The students were like all trying to figure it out at one point in time.
Okay. I was hoping knowing some of that information might help us out, but okay.
Do y'all have any safe houses or anything in the city?
Safe houses?
Yes.
Storage
No.
depot.
What was
Weapons. Storage depots, weapon cache, like that.
No, we keep everything on campus.
Uh, how did it go with the students you had sequestered away? Were they separated, or were they kept in the same room together? Are they still all here?
All the sequestered students are still in their sequestery. I haven't checked on them today.
All right, we'll just spend like 5 or 10 minutes just kind of filling her in on what we found out yesterday and what potentially might happen to the students.
Yeah, and let her know that there's the chaos of what they're doing, to each other or to themselves. But there's also the hags that are actually taking over and looking like other people, so that could be a
Hag?
yes.
Set your order.
Yes, I mean, we've all heard the tales of the winter hags coming. It's something you tell your children to keep them scared of winter.
Have you heard of any night hags or iron hags?
No.
Mithril hags.
But then again, I don't deal with monsters very much. I only deal with the two-legged human variety.
Mm-hmm.
Got very specialized things throughout this entire town.
Yep.
And the only
Yeah.
person that deals with these things is missing.
Actually, yes. Lufkin would be the one who knows the most occultology.
Do you know what he was? Was there any particular mission he was training his students on, or sending them to specific locations?
The only thing I know is that he got permission to train them on espionage and basically breaking into secure facilities.
Hmm.
Was his mage friend helping him with that?
I do not think so. From what I understand, in the last few months, all the mage friend did was help him communicate with his friend down south.
Okay.
No, that's why we haven't been able to hear anything else from him. This was the guy sending messages to Eric. This can't be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, he could be.
Well, we still have 2 locations in town we can go to.
All right. Are you going to go check on the students?
Yes.
All right. You go to the room, and when you get there, you notice that the kids are freaked out and hiding in the corner, and one of them's still in bed.
Is he alive?
He looks like he is comatose.
Was it the chair kid?
No,
Okay.
it was the one with the attitude.
Students, what's
He's just laying there, eyes fixed, not dilated, no response of any kind.
step 1? I'm going to use my rope and tie him to the bed, if he's not already tied to the bed.
No one has touched him because they're all cowering in the corner from him.
All right, I'm going to strap him down to the bed in case he gets up and tries to murder everyone.
Has he done anything beyond what he's doing right now? Or any of y'all ready to talk? Or
Two of the kids have peed themselves, and one of the kids is trying at this point in time to use his fingers to go through the wall. They're not paying attention enough to have heard you. You'd have to do something to get their attention and get them to calm down first.
There any small? No, that's not going to work. To calm
Wink.
them down.
Slam your hammer in the
What was that?
Winky. Slam your hammer on the ground.
But they're scared already. Like that was what I was about to do. Something like that. And I was like, don't want to scare them more.
They're already frightened. Worse it
Would
could happen.
a comforting pet help? Because I got a nice little rat.
Depends on if they have musophobia.
I know, because sorry if you do. That's off.
Kylie
What do you
has
do?
musophobia.
I'm supposed to tell people that.
So what do you do?
I don't know. I mean, he tied this dude to the bed. This dude's not doing anything. We need to get somebody to let him know that stuff gone down.
If I finish tying him to the bed,
Yes, you tied him to the bed.
all right. After that, I'm gonna go up and just get a kid and have him get him to focus in on me.
Make an intimidation check.
All right.
The kid snaps out of it. Yes, sir. What, sir? And he's gone to military attention.
Report. What happened?
He screamed and floated up into the air for a second, then fell back on the bed.
How long ago?
About an hour,
It's been this.
maybe. I don't know. What time is it?
It's already dawn this morning.
It was right around dawn.
Okay.
Loaded?
Did anyone else have bad dreams last night? Anyone else get chased?
No, it was actually quiet. He was tossing.
Yeah, I think he may have been the focal point. last night. Hmm. You've only been having these dreams for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? How long?
One of the guys like, I've been having it for about 4 weeks. Because now they're all calming down and realizing what's going on.
Were you?
Did any of you speak to Professor Lufkin about this? Did he say anything about what was going on, or give you any clues or hints or anything in your training, your spy training?
What locations have you been training to break into? Any secure facilities?
Well, most training was figuring out how to sneak out of the encampment here, make it to town, and take a trinket from a business and give it to Professor so that he could return it in the morning.
But he wasn't returning them. Or did he return them? The box that's out there that has trinkets in it. That was each of the things you brought back. He would return it. So when he went missing, those things never got returned again.
Yeah, he always returned them.
So that's okay.
Do you know of any?
And the people we took them from knew we were doing it so that they wouldn't think of anything, and they kept their security up.
So he was also helping people get their security better.
Well, he said he wanted to make it harder for us because at first it was too easy with them not knowing.
Yes.
He said we needed to be prepared to go into a facility when they know we're coming.
Does this have any? Do I remember this symbol for the hand that Core would have, like, because I've been paying attention to that for a while.
You've seen it on doors. You know the symbol.
Okay,
You don't really know how to use it or any meaning of it, but you do know the symbols.
Can I do it with my hand to him so that he would know what I'm talking about?
You can try.
I want to try to do that and say, does this have anything to do with that kind of training?
He doesn't even seem to notice the symbol.
Okay.
The only thing I know is that he said it was something to do with some crazy zealots.
Did you say where or who these people were?
When we graduated, we were going to be going down south to help.
Oh, the zealots. Ooh.
They were going to have them sneak into the cultist things, the ranks probably.
Did any of the students try to go into places that weren't specifically given as a target?
Not that I know of. Everyone was really pepped and about going on in actual action.
Did you?
Not just going to some stupid guard duty.
Did y'all discuss the places you went? Like after, like, hey, I went to this place, I went to this one.
Yeah, we always swapped our stories to talk about how well we did and help encourage others.
I want to bring out the items that we found in the packs in the dorm rooms and see if they have any insight on these. I think there was some hair. Was there like a locket or something?
It was a lock of hair.
A lock of hair.
And then we found one pack that did not have personal clothes, like their personal clothes were missing.
Yeah, can we describe that bed and where it's located and who was the kid that was sleeping there?
They're not certain because basically, unless they were looking right at it while you were there, they really wouldn't be able to explain who was there because they didn't really care who slept where.
Was there anybody collecting people's hair?
Not that I know of. I mean, that sounds like one of the people that wouldn't have made it in here and they'd had to go to the Mercenary Academy. Well, it's not really an academy. It's a place where people who like to kill people go and to get a job. Those who flunk out at the monastery and flunk out here.
What color hair was it? Was it like blonde or was it a very unique shade of turquoise that only applies to one person that we can immediately pinpoint to?
It was not a extremely unique hair color,
Mm.
but make a perception check since y'all. I'm assuming y'all took it with you.
Oh yeah, we've had it the whole time. I would imagine. I think it was a very important piece of. What'd you ask for?
Perception,
Perception.
because no one examined it previously.
18.
You notice that it is not. The hair is something slightly wrong with it. It's like it's really old or really smelly or something. Like you don't think it's from a human.
Hmm.
Is
Uh,
it from an elf?
a card. This is. Can you do anything with it with your occultism? Anything in. This is not.
Would I be able to do anything with my
You can
occultism?
try. It's not really enough evidence to go by, but you could at least confirm his theory.
I don't know if I could do much.
Your best guess is it's either from a dead person or some non-human creature.
Okay. Okay. And this was the kid that we think originally was one of the first, either the first or the second kid that go missing.
The one who had the lock of hair was the second kid missing. The
Well,
one who had their personal belongings missing was the first kid missing.
Okay.
Car, you do notice that the twine it is tied up with is not ordinary twine.
what twine is it?
It looks like what you would find in someone doing a rich witchcraft ritual.
I think our hag scenario has been confirmed because this appears to be some type of witch's twine.
Not
So
sure
it's either
witch and a hag is the same thing though.
yeah, but they are very similar, and that's what I'm saying.
All
From
hags
what
practice
I
witchcraft.
from what I know, this is witch's twine. But since we're leaning more, or I'm personally leaning more towards the hags, I would
Oh yeah, the
assume,
coven of hags is all over me right now. That's it.
yeah. So, but with it being witch's twine, that's I'm leaning towards hag because I don't know the difference. I can't really differentiate between hag and witch, to be honest with you.
That sounds like racism, but okay.
I apologize. I don't know enough about either.
Remember, most hags start out as humans.
I just know what I know. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm only speaking on knowledge. There is no bias here. It's just knowledge. And I don't have enough knowledge on hags or witches to differentiate between the two.
We could, since we have two areas of interest, we could add a third, being a library, and maybe we could do some research.
Well, we did hear that Mage Friend was either Mage Friend or Lufkin. One
No,
of
it
them
was the
was
mage. The
doing some
mage.
research.
The mage
Yeah,
had
there's
gone.
a library in Magetown.
We could go there and ask for any books that Orthis had been checking out or reading, as well as trying to research stuff on hags.
You want to head to the library in Magetown?
I'm diggity down.
All right.
Um,
Because of the rain, it takes you about 15
before we
minutes to get
leave, I would
All right.
obviously we're going to report what's going on with the student, and also
Yes.
to potentially separating the kids in case they turn violent in the middle of the night.
Yes.
All right.
The school takes care of that.
Okay.
All right. You make it to the library, and it takes you a while to clean up and dry off from running through the rain. The librarian looks not too amused.
Because
Oh,
we're wet or because we're here?
probably because we're wet, I would imagine.
It's an old woman who doesn't seem to like the fact that y'all were wet, make noise, and are not mages.
I mean,
You look too healthy and buff to be a mage.
is there? Okay, does she have anything like small on her desk or anything like that? Or does she have a
Anything
desk?
small on her desk?
I want to use Mage Hand to pick it up.
Yeah, she has lots of little things like that. Yeah.
I want to use Mage Hand to pick one of those things up.
I cast Fireball. No.
She looks a little bit more
There
like.
you go. Got the thumbs up from Neetup.
Okay. Can I help you, gentlemen and ladies?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. We were looking for some specific books. I believe Orthus was here the past week or two. If you know of any of the books that he was reading, we would like to read those, and also any books you might have on hags, or on the legend of the winter hags, or night hags, or
We don't have much on monsters here. We mostly have magical craft.
any,
And well, we do have some monster books, but hags are not the most common type. But let's see. She takes you to a section and shows you some books that are on a table together. These are the ones Orthus was reading last.
Oh, interesting.
Is this how he left them?
What a lazy jerk.
Well, he may have been continuing his studies, and they may have let him.
Yeah, you can't take them home, so they.
And you hear a noise in another part of the library, and the librarian goes running over to yell at someone.
I just kind of quickly peruse the books just to try to get an idea of the subject he was working on.
Okay. When you look at the pile of books, it only takes you a few seconds to realize almost all the books are on glamour spells.
Okay. Interesting. Is it
Except for one book that appears to be on love potions.
Wait. How was Mrs. Lufkin described to us when we were first told about her?
a half orc?
First told about her.
Oh, first.
I'm trying to see. Y'all can continue. I'm looking.
You talking about like her race or anything, or?
No, I feel like they were talking about how beautiful she was.
They did. They said she was very pretty.
She is.
Now, I'm not trying to say that a half-orc wouldn't be beautiful. But that's an interesting way to describe somebody. And then we see somebody has glamours. Did she use glamour?
As y'all are sitting there discussing and talking, you see a small mousy woman come over, sit down at the table, and start going through the books.
Good morning. Were you helping with Orthus?
Who?
Were you working on this subject on glamours?
Yeah, I had all these books brought to me.
Oh, very interesting.
Were we just thrown off?
The How long have you been working on these books?
I've been trying to figure this out for about 2 or 3 days.
Why are you researching glamours?
She starts turning red.
I apologize if I've touched on a sensitive subject.
And you see her sliding another book away.
Imagine that's the love potion one.
It's a book on making potions more potent.
Did you know Orthus at all?
Orthus?
Yes, he was a
Mumbly?
Mumbly. Yes, you've described him
Yeah,
aptly.
I remember Mumbly.
He was looking
Not
into.
a very nice guy, but I mean, not a bad guy, just not nice.
He was researching glamours as well. Do you know? Is there any?
No, he wasn't.
He was researching dreams.
Is there?
She brought us to this table saying these were his books, but this lovely young lady here said these books were brought to her to study. I think were there books here before that were cleared off?
No, the table was empty when I sat down.
I think the librarian's yanking our chain.
Did this librarian
It
disappear?
run off very quickly.
Make a perception check.
Who's doing that?
So far, only Core asked about it.
I didn't even hear what he asked.
Guys, this librarian.
Core starts looking around, but he doesn't seem to be seeing what he's looking for.
Where does a librarian go?
He
Why
ran off to that noise.
she brought
Some
us?
noise.
She brought us to the wrong location. This doesn't line up.
That's what I was saying a second ago.
Or what are you saying? What are you looking for?
Well, we ask her about Hags, and she brings us to the wrong location, and then she disappears.
Well, she ran off because she heard a noise. Did
Should-
we
should
notice
I-
where the noise came from?
Should I look for where she went?
Yeah, everyone
Make
look
a
around.
perception check.
What was that?
Everyone wants to make a perception check.
Can I do a second? Never mind.
Boom.
Akar, you notice that the librarian is nowhere in the library.
She's gone, guys. Like, gone.
Are there side doors, front doors?
Did she may have known?
Tracker.
Maybe she's a hag. She could be a hag.
The only thing you can tell, Akar, is there is a small pile of books that are knocked over in the back of the library.
I want to activate my tracker ability.
Press a button on your back.
Yeah, hit the button. Hit the button. No, what it is just survival.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on my tracker goggles as well. Oof.
You don't sense anything because you're in a building, and it's not very good for tracking in the first place. But you do see the
True.
books that have
True.
been knocked over.
Hey, guys! These books just yeah, they got knocked over somehow. This is where I feel like the trail starts. So let's start from this point and fan out.
Well, I mean, she probably left. But yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is if it were a hag, would she just be able to disappear?
I don't know what abilities you're trying to give them, but I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I don't know Hag's abilities, but you know, I don't know.
Well, for some reason, I feel like they'd burn in the sun, but that's probably not true.
No, that's zombies on Minecraft. I don't know what you're talking about.
Vampires?
Vampires?
I don't know.
Maybe?
Just for some reason, it just seemed fed.
Wait, what are vampires again?
They sparkle in the
Bloodsuckers.
sunlight.
Are we supposed to be finding the librarian?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone who wants to can make another perception check in the back of the library. And you can make another tracking check if you'd like to try.
I want to see what the perception checks bring up before I start another tracking check.
Who's throwing the nat 1 over here?
Well, Core, you do notice that there is a door in the back of the library that's kind of hard to see, but you do notice it.
I'd like to try to... I'm just going to bust through it and start looking around.
Okay.
Winky, did you feel that door?
It was latched, but you went through it without any problems. And it's in like a back office type area where like books are being restored and repaired, things like that. But you do notice it smells a little damp back there now.
I'm following Core.
She messed
He's
herself.
got something.
Any more
He's got
doors?
something.
You do not notice any more doors, but there is a window.
Is it open?
It is loose, swinging.
Let me go look out the window.
All you see is rain.
What do you got, Core?
I think she went out the window.
I'm jumping out the window and I'm...
We're on the third story!
Woo! Totally jumping out the window. Wait, don't I
In
have
this
other
heavy
phone?
downpour, you're not likely to track her.
Okay, so I'm jumping halfway out the window trying to look to see.
Like stop halfway? What?
No, like jump and like my midsection catches
And
on the
float?
window before I actually
like Pooh Bear.
Yeah, like I'm jumping through the window and then
You
it's
flew there
like,
at the window.
yeah, I'm
So
looking
his
around.
butt's just sticking out the back end of this thing.
I want to use detect magic in this room to look
All
around.
right.
You see a car's butt.
His pants disappear.
You do detect a spell in the corner.
I will go investigate more.
All right. It looks like there is an illusion in the corner. You don't know what though.
Shoot it with an arrow. Oh wait, I'm the archer.
You're also stuck in a window. So I will call the peeps over and let
Right.
them know.
I'm gonna climb myself out of the window backwards.
I'm gonna go stand in the doorway. Car, if you want to post up next to the window.
Oh yeah, they're totally different next to the window. I pull out my kukri and my hatchet.
I'm gonna go ahead and Winky. There, Winky. Hey, there's something in the corner.
Do you feel a door?
What you see there is not what's there. Maybe.
Can I use Winky sense? I mean, not Winky sense. A hammer sense.
Winky Tingle.
Yeah, you gotta stop it.
Your hammer
hammer
sense is
sense.
not detecting any hidden doors.
Okay.
Do I think should I use dispel magic, guys? I think
Sure.
okay.
Or you could just walk into it.
No, I don't really want to do that.
All right. You cast your dispel magic, and the illusion disappears, and there is a wooden chest hidden in the corner. What looked like it used to be piles of books.
Found a chest.
Cool. Where'd the person go? I'm not worried about the person. Are they in the
What?
chest?
What are the books of?
They're not books. It looked like there were books, and now there's a chest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yes.
Somebody else want to open it?
I
'Cause
want.
Yeah,
Well, don't just
No,
open a
I got the
chest that was
window. I
hidden.
got the window. I can't.
yeah. I
can't
think
open
this is a
the chest.
Hatala situation.
Let me check
you got it,
over.
Hatala.
Here comes that fireball in my face again.
The depth. Stop throwing fireballs.
No, it wasn't him. All right, trap fine.
Ooh.
You're fairly certain there is no traps on the chest, but it is well locked.
Alrighty.
You got it, Hatala.
You can do it, or else you can watch the window. I can handle it.
Yeah, that should do
I
it.
knew you could do it. I
You
knew
picked the
you
lock.
could do it.
You picked the lock without too much trouble.
Nice. Okay.
When the when the latch pops, you're immediately hit by a foul smell.
You cool.
From the swamp. Okay. That's probably just.
Wait, are we in the labyrinth?
Is it It's just like what it smelled like in there, not like I'm being attacked by anything. Okay.
Correct.
What do I find inside?
Inside, you find a half-eaten librarian.
Oh,
Definitely not her, and oh my gosh, that is the worst way to hide a body.
Wait,
It's
what?
hidden
What do you see in the chest?
Still snack on it.
It's the real librarian. I just push it away. It's her
So we were
remains.
safe to the hag.
It's her remains. Yes, it's definitely a hag, and I pray for that for this person who was eaten just so that they could pose as a librarian. Come on.
You said there was a stack of books that got knocked over in the back of the library.
Yes.
She just ran by it, but
Well, I still want to kind of investigate it.
Okay. Most of the books are on dreams, but a few of them are on creatures of dreams.
well, that is what we were looking for.
hey,
Dang it,
there's
I
no
just did not.
librarian, so just take them.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I thought she just ran into those. We don't need to search that. That'd be ridiculous if those were the books we're looking for. And look at that. They're the books we're looking for.
You see in a corner of the back room a little potbelly stove type fireplace, and in it you can see a bunch of burnt pieces of books.
Tell me they're not on Hags.
They are on monster lore.
I'm gonna close the chest and pick it up so we can take it to the constable.
8's above your heavy carry grade.
Just leave the chest.
Wow.
Closing it is fine.
Yeah, close it.
A
Leave
card.
it here. We'll let them know
You may
that this person needs proper burial and everything. And
you may want to see if there's
Yes.
any of the books that are salvageable from.
Now, this is going to be a good stopping point because it's 9:55.
All right. Well, everyone, it has been an adventure for sure today.
Absolutely.
Quite a mysterious thing. I think we've had